Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Plastic Empire Podcast. I'm Bill Singh.
Pedro Rodriguez.
And today we got a special guest since Alan can't make it. Part of the Tri-State Viper crew.
Steve Solentano.
What up, Steve? Thanks for joining us, man.
No problem, guys.
Steve, make sure you keep it strictly yes or no, one-word responses. That's what we're looking for. It's too many. But anyway, it's been an interesting 2 weeks. Steve and I just got back from Loveland, Colorado, and we attended the last JoeCon for the foreseeable future, and we had a blast. Bill is a punk; he didn't show up.
They call me B.A. fucking Baracus.
Yes, he's like, I don't fly. No, you should have gone with Damon. All right, Nomad Customs drove with Angel Forge, drove across the country. You should have gone with them, and brought all the podcast equipment. We should have been podcasting from the floor. I'm pretty sure Brian Savage would have let us. The guy that runs the JoeCon for Fun Publications would have let us give us a little table for no fee whatsoever.
I'm sure.
But we could have filled his holes.
I think that's what a few of us wanted to do, because we loved the club. Not so much. Okay, let me take that back. It's not so much that we love the club. We love the JoeCon, and we love what the club has done for the Joe collector. Okay, it's no secret. G.I. Joe is something that is strictly either from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, and we're 80s collectors. In this group, and they've really kept the brand alive with the original format in the O-ring, and with the new format, which is the modern era, the highly stylized and articulated. And they've come up with some great product. It's very expensive, but I can see it because they're producing it in limited numbers, and they're not doing it as a public service. They're doing it because it's they have a passion for it, and it's their job. So I don't know about you guys felt, but I know how Bill felt. But Steve, how did you feel about what were your feelings going into this? What would have been our final con?
I really thought that it was going to be special. The amount of love that everyone was giving Brian Savage, and just the thought of the last JoeCon, I thought we'd get a higher turnout of people that came. And while yes, it was a lot of people did come, I still thought it would have been better. I mean, the location wasn't the greatest, but as far as the JoeCon, it was great. Embassy Suites Hotel, one of the best out there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Amazing.
Food and everything.
Amenities. All I gotta say is amenities. I learned how to say that word recently. Amenities.
Thinking about JoeCon, like you said, I wasn't there, but I was excited for next year because I thought it might be Northeast.
Well, that's the thing we learned at the show, at the Hasbro panel, which was on Saturday, was that while Fun Publications, who runs the JoeCon and used to run the BotCon and the Transformers Club, they're no longer doing anything affiliated with Transformers. They're keeping the Joe brand. They're doing the JoeCons. For 2 more years until 2018.
You know what that says to me?
What does that say to you, Bill?
That's Hasbro saying we want to keep the moneymaker and the redheaded stepchild. We could let some guy off on the side handle that. That's what that tells me. They have no interest.
No, I'll be honest.
Brand.
I'll be honest with you. One of the things that we've talked about here a lot is the third party. It's too expensive. The merchandise for the BotCon is too expensive when for the same price you could get something that's way more engineered, that looks like this, okay, and can transform into the original, into what the cartoon vehicle looks like and the robot looks like. The club can't do that. The club can only use existing molds and mostly recent molds. and they just couldn't compete. And I bet you there's a lot of other reasons. Transformers is a big seller for them, so maybe they want to keep it closer to the vest. G.I. Joe being the redheaded stepchild, they're like, you know what, you make some money with it, it's okay. You know what, it's not going to bother. It doesn't bother us that much. But you know what, either way, awesome friggin' news. And Steve, please tell the people where we will be next year for the JoeCon.
Next year's JoeCon is in Orlando, Florida, at Disneyland.
Yes, at the Dolphin and Swan Resort. And according to Alan, Mr. Kaplan, Bill better show up. Bill is going to show up.
I already spoke to Dave and Kevin, and they're down to drive.
You're a fickle bunch. I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Oh shit!
I need you guys to get. If you guys are to do it with one of the regulars, like or if you do it with like I imagine Damon might go because.
Hey, listen, feel free to join us, man. I just. You know.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. You know what? That might work. If I could supervise your trip and make sure you guys get there, I'll do it.
Oh, wait. You gonna supervise us to get there? If anything, we gotta watch your ass. We're gonna be the ones that get you there on time.
Remember, Pedro actually goes to JoeCon though.
And I make sure that I'm there for. I'll make sure that I'm there for my Wednesday night package.
I went to JoeCon before all of you even made it a thing. So.
Made it a thing. The best thing, folks. The best thing about JoeCon, you get some great toys, but the toys to me aren't as. It isn't what it used to be. And it's maybe because of going so many of them and getting these concepts, it really is the camaraderie and the fun that I have with Steve and everybody else. We just have a blast. I mean, and we do. It's such a great time. We stay up late, get up early. We snap on each other.
I'm gonna throw a whistle there. I hear there's no way you get up early.
So, this year I did. This year I did. I'm telling you, I was prepared for it this year.
Confirm or deny, Steve?
I will have to deny that.
How do you deny that? What time did I wake up? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have a 4-year-old that wakes me up at 7. I was up by 9 or earlier every day.
You were never down there for breakfast with us. Not a single time.
Because when I went to breakfast the first day or the second day, and I had undercooked pancakes. And I don't like eggs that aren't done by my grandmother. I was like, forget it, not happening.
Here comes the excuses.
No, I was up before 9, and I was out and about before 9 every single day.
It's called free breakfast. You don't give that up.
Yeah, you don't give up free breakfast.
No, you know what? I do. I would have a muffin or something from the little Starbucks counter and a Starbucks coffee. Actually, the coffee wasn't that bad, but. You know, the Starbucks had all the different flavors, so yeah, I wasted a lot of money on breakfast. But I was up. I made it to the parachute, which I didn't make it in other years. And actually, if you guys check out our Facebook page, you'll see a lot of live videos of the Joe panel, the parachute drop, and the club. Unfortunately, we had technical difficulties with the club panel, so it's in 3 or 4 different videos because it kept on cutting out. This place was gorgeous, but it was in the middle of nowhere. Okay, there was nothing for miles around us except for a few clusters of buildings here or there. You could see the Rocky Mountains like off in the distance. Okay, I would say they were about this big on the horizon, about that big. All right, and it was gorgeous because you had the mountains, you had all these brown or black mountains, and behind them you had the snow-covered Rockies. It was just gorgeous, but around us was all flat. And I didn't see any telephone. I didn't see any internet or electrical wires. I'll bet you the internet at this hotel was done via satellite.
You sure? Maybe underground.
Man, out there was nothing else to connect it to. Man, that's ambitious to get it from whatever. There was no local city. All right. There was a shopping center next to us. Right, a little shopping center, and that had a couple of fast food places, a restaurant, a liquor store, and even that was like, since it was so hot, All right, it was just the sun is just beating you. It was only about it didn't get past 85, I think, but the sun was so hot. It was like a half-mile walk to get to the shopping center. It's not that far, maybe even less than half a mile. But oh my God, during the day it was killer. It was like God holding a magnifying glass over us.
Payback from the ants.
Exactly, but it's an inch. Colorado is a really awesome place, and it's one of I didn't get to go to Denver. We were an hour away. Would have loved to check that out, but I did go to the nearby town, Fort. I don't remember the name of it. I don't remember the name of the town, but I liked it as a location. A location. There was nothing. It was not a good location because there was nothing there. But at least the flavor I got from the people when I went to the local town was pretty nice.
Well, me and Alan did end up going to a Colorado Rockies game.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
How was the stadium?
It's a gorgeous stadium. It looks kind of like Citi Field or even the new Yankee Stadium.
Nice.
They did end up playing the Yankees that day, and they did end up beating the Yankees. So everything is good.
I'm kicking him off the podcast.
Exactly. No, it's okay. You know what? It was a AAA team. They sat down everybody who mattered.
There you go. How about that?
How about exactly. That? Exactly. And for now, I'll deal with 500 teams. You can't be king of the hill all the time, especially with that lineup. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The pitching they got, they can't hit for shit.
Yeah, they got good pitching in, but they can't hit for shit, and they're always. We'll leave that for the Yankee podcast.
Yeah. But so let's get back to these figures, man. I got to be honest. Hasbro pretty much phoned it in my opinion, on the figures they're releasing.
Oh well, I would say that you weren't there, so you get no say.
Listen.
No, just kidding. Let me share them. I would have to say that I would disagree that not completely, but I think it's half phoned in and half pretty cool.
Show them.
They're coming. Because of course.
Where's Alan when you need him? Going to a goddamn wedding. Jesus. Where's our sharer? Pedro's not as technically savvy.
Sorry.
No.
I have those computer skills.
No, Alan here is the official guy here for this.
He's the official sharer.
All right. Am I sharing?
You're sharing.
All right. Okay. All right. So, this is a boring bat, but I like the camo.
But didn't the 50th just release his bat, literally with a little bit lighter color?
No, the 50th was white. Okay. This is gray. Okay, with a digital camo. Steve, do you have any idea if this is supposed to reference something? This look?
Not that I know of.
The only thing I could think of was the 2008 club set, the Headhunters.
Oh yeah, the Headhunters.
I can't remember exactly what the camo on the Headhunter bat was. I know it was using the 1990 bat body, but it might
camo at all. I think it was just silver.
It was similar. It was similar, but it was silver and black. That was it.
Okay. Well, I like it. All right. I love this Duke.
Lame.
No, you're lame. This is an awesome Duke. I love the shirt color. I hope the color of the shirt remains. I hope this is not just a mock-up. I love the fact that he's got this baggy, like, not so much shirt, but like jacket with a vest, with the green vest over it. I love the green pants. I wish the green was a little more olive instead of, but it's still fine. I love the way he looks, and I love that head sculpt. That may be a new head sculpt.
Listen, I'll take being lame if I could call this figure lame. Okay.
Well, I love this figure.
It looks like another version of that Charbroil that just came out.
But what about the scar on his face? Do you see a scar underneath his right eye?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so maybe it's an updated mold, but maybe they not updated. They fudged with one of the existing molds. I like this. This is a cool new Duke to have. They're gonna make a Duke. To me, this says Duke to me. All right. This is the this is the disco night at the Blue Oyster.
This is another one. This is horrible, man.
Well, this is the 25th anniversary Falcon. Is that correct, Steve?
Yes.
Is that supposed to be Night Force version? Why? What's with the green beret there?
It's not really Night Force version. It's just Night Attack.
It's just Night ridiculousness.
What is ridiculous about it? Other than I can see you having a problem with the mold. The chest is way too thin.
The mold is kind of weak. I mean, the head's obviously okay, but I mean the color scheme. It's so like here. We want to be cheap. 82 Snake Eyes. Maybe it'll become a classic like 82.
Okay. Now, you have to also take in consideration that you're dealing with the lighting of the photo. From what I can see, the shirt is black, but I have a feeling the pants are going to be a very dark blue. So this will have different colors, and it won't be. It'll be the color of the plastic. You're right. It's not actual paint apps.
He's gonna be black and blue from the beating I'm giving him.
Okay. Oh shit! This is a ponytail.
Now that's cool. However, let's show the front of her because it looks horrendous.
Well, this is usually the view that I like.
The back, I like.
Stop. I take that back.
Figure
All right.
Awful. I mean,
hey, look, they're coming up with a female trooper, female officer. I don't think it's awful. For me, it works. I think it's really cool.
Let's see the women torsos that they've done in the past. This thing looks like it's literally a mushroom with baggy pants.
Okay. This is great. I like the fact that she is wearing baggy pants, that she doesn't have those really thin female legs.
That's fine.
All right.
I'll give you that. But when she's so thin up top, she's got legs thicker than Steve.
Yeah, right? But this works. This works for me.
Look at the torso. From the lower torso to the upper torso is awful.
Well, that's not awful. The only thing is that they didn't make a seam for a shirt, for a button-down shirt. So this looks like it's straight up a T-shirt.
Yeah, that's awful.
And actually, I think it is. Now that I think about it, I think it's a sweater. Because look at her neck. It's not awful. I love it. I love that her sniper rifle is two-toned. They actually did that.
That's cool, yeah, but...
I also think you're seeing a lot of Photoshop there, not so much exactly what the figure's going to look like.
Ah, good call. And those are the shock trooper legs, aren't they?
But listen, the mold is the mold. I mean, you can Photoshop it all you want, but that torso...
No, sometimes color makes all the difference in the world. Anyway.
The torso size, the lower torso to the upper torso. I know they're trying to give her boobs, but they really did it in the... They should have... They did it in the wrong area. Like if you look at the I believe the Baroness or the not Baroness, I believe it's Scarlet. I believe her torso is very proportionate. Where I feel this is very unproportionate.
Well, it's kind of like old woman boobs.
Look, I don't know what you guys are talking about. She does the upper torso is a little bit long, but she might be wearing something that's pushing her boobs down to be more compact. Anyway, I like this figure. I'm excited for it.
Oh, I want it. Don't get me wrong, because it's going to go great with the club exclusive.
Look at this. Look at this guy. He's laying, relaxing.
Now this one, I wish this one is awesome. I'm glad they did a heavy duty with the MOTUs. Okay. The only thing that I'm not crazy about is that the head sculpt is good, but the head sculpt is very basic and cartoony. It's not that realistic sculpt that they've given us with other figures.
That's what kills the figure. I think the figure is good minus the head. I mean, the head needs a complete remake.
The head isn't bad, but the head is very cartoony. It's very cartoon-like. It doesn't have that sense of realism that they use that they use, for instance, here. You know, look at this face sculpt. There's a lot of detail. Whether you like it or not, the mold has incredible amount of detail. The cheekbones, the lips, the way the nose, the forehead. This one is just, and it might, you know what? And it could be just that, like Steve said. And Steve, interject here whenever you want.
He's busy relaxing.
But this head.
See, I think that again, it's a lot to do with the photoshopping.
Exactly.
But I also think Hasbro's not going to put in the money to make a quality head sculpt.
Yeah, but they do this. Well, you know what? This is a new head sculpt because he's got the bandana, and there's nobody else they could do that with. Is that correct?
Correct.
Because they usually grab whatever head sculpt they have and paint it and then use the plastic for whatever nationality they want it to be.
Number one, I always thought the bandana was retarded.
No. Oh, come on. Jesse the Body Ventura wore one in Predator. What's wrong with you?
Listen, on this figure number one, on that, what was it, Joe versus Cobra? They had it.
He also. Oh, but I hate. Oh, and not that stupid hat. Not that stupid late 80s, early 90s hip hop hat.
I prefer the hat backwards. I do.
Nope.
I
Nope.
thought it was great.
Nope. That's dating yourself, man. If you're gonna wear a hat these days, you wear it tilted to the side with the brim flat, which I think is an awful look. But I'm old.
No, we don't wear hats that way.
Thank you, Steve. And make sure Stevie never wears a hat that way.
All right, let's move on to the next figure.
Now this is where, okay, folks out there, you're going to hear what every single Tom, Dick, and Harry who has access to a keyboard and a computer feels about how toy lines are run, and that's the opinion you'll get from Bill. What I really liked about the panel was that they gave the realities that there are a lot of X amount of money for new sculpts and to do new things. And because of that, they have to rehash certain things, and we're going to see a few rehashes here. Now, this is good for people who didn't get them in the past, but they rehash. They have a trooper pack, and you don't have to, it's 2 troopers. This is the first one. Okay, the Iron Grenadier from the 25th anniversary.
That's a Voltar chest or what?
No, this chest actually is Cobra Commander version 3.
Oh, that's right. Why did I say Voltar? Anyway.
Yeah, and he's got the oversized machine gun, which I guess is a nod to the original. Steve, did they change the legs at all, or we're looking at the same legs?
You're looking at the exact same figure how it was released.
Okay, so this is when you know what it means. If you're a completist, you buy one pack, or if you're not a completist, you don't need to get it at all.
I mean, but let's be real. I mean, I only got to really listen to a little bit of the panel because I was busy sharing it around. But I did hear that part where it basically sounded like they were like, yeah, sorry, we don't want to spend money on you guys. You're not worth it. So
that's not what
that we feed you.
That's not the way. That's not what they said. That's how you might feel about it. But the reality is, in 2016, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a rat's ass about us.
That's the Transformers. They don't care.
And even with Transformers, you should see how hollow the new figures that are coming out. The Titan Wars look really cool, or Titan whatever. They look really cool, but they're mad hollow. All right, and they're already coming out with their rehashes.
I just got to be that guy. I got to be the opposite.
Oh, absolutely. And I got to be the apologist.
I do feel that way though. So,
but I do think that what you're getting is what a lot of people want. You're going to be able to army build the heck out of the Iron Grenadiers, and army build the heck out of Bats and the Zombie Vipers and the Saw Vipers.
And they lean on that every time, and people just keep biting and doing it and biting.
Because that's what people want, dude. Maybe you're not, dude. People want that. We've been asking for that forever. Okay. We've been asking for.
I'm a modern guy, so I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm over it. I just don't think most of these are aesthetically pleasing to begin with.
Okay, that's the one thing. But army builders is something that people have been asking for, or we've been asking for forever with this line and other lines. The complaints with Star Wars, not getting enough stormtroopers in a wave. I remember back in 1996, 97, spending $12, twice as much of what it retailed for a stormtrooper from Power of the Force, which I can't even give away now if I wanted to. People want their army builders, and this was not a bad mold. Out of the 25th anniversary stuff, this was one of the better ones.
Being an Iron Grenadiers guy, see the flag behind me. I don't like it.
And here we go with.
Listen, I could get behind the Outback. Outback's awesome anyway, but I feel like that head is tiny as shit.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. The head to what I'm not crazy about is the head, because it looks like they're using bigger parts of him to bulk him out, particularly the forearms. Those look like Mark McGuire forearms.
Yeah.
All right, but the head is a little bit small, yeah, the head is a little bit small. We don't know what chest he's using. I don't know what chest he's using under that vest. But he's not bad looking, and I like the colors. I love to see. I can't wait to see what the colors are actually going to be like. What parts are black? What parts are dark blue? Is it all dark blue? But I'm really excited. I think this guy is cool looking. The head is a little like. I wish the head sculpt was a little bit better. Again, it doesn't have a lot of detail. I mean, they did a good job with the hair and the beard, but you could tell in the cheek, and there's no cheek structure.
Right, you would think a guy like I think Outback. I think squared up, defined cheeks, bigger head, bigger shoulders, that type of thing. A rugged Outback guy,
Yeah, and it doesn't get any better. And the head sculpt to the vintage figure is just one of the best head sculpts of that line, anyway.
Yeah.
My expectation for an Outback is to be a little better than that. All right, here's another army builder, and this one is kind of special. I don't think we've seen this Saw Viper in retail ever.
Awful color. I like the figure. Color is awful.
The color is a million times better than the original.
I totally disagree.
I disagree.
I like this color. It's a muted purple. It's not. It's a muted purple. It's not as loud as the original.
No,
you're crazy. This thing looks
Bring
like
up the original, please. Bring up the original, please.
You want the original?
Yes.
All right. You want the best? You'll get the best.
This looks like bright disco. I'm sorry.
To me, it looks muted. What I see is a muted purple. It's almost washed out.
How come this Snake Eyes wasn't on our agenda? What the F, man?
What Snake Eyes? It's part of my agenda.
Well, we need to all be on the agenda here, pal.
Okay, my bad. Okay, now I need to go to database, toys, 3 3/4 inch.
89, I believe. 90.
You would be wrong. Yes, 90.
90.
This is
way better.
I'm sorry, not at all.
Way better.
Not at all. It's so lame that they haven't even updated the figure yet. This is still the original YoJo.com pictures, not the one of the newer, nicer pictures. This is, I don't need the magenta. I don't need the magenta gloves and stirrups or what do you call these things? The chaps, the assless chaps here.
Go to the club's FSS figure.
That's awful, dude.
I like this a lot. I like this a lot. And it doesn't get better than a glory hole right here in his mouth, where his mouth, in the mask, where his mouth is. I mean, now that's just hardcore. They take care of themselves.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm going to give Hasbro props. I'll get the FSS in a moment, Steve. But I want to give Hasbro props. This vest is the first vest that we're seeing that has at least 2 tones when it comes to color. All right, the black vest and it's either 2 different grays or the same amount of gray, but they actually, it looks like they're gonna paint the buckle on the knife sheath here. I think this is hot.
Well, this is what I'm saying. To me, so far, this is the best looking figure. All right, and they ruin it by the awful paint scheme. Give us a deep red or something, like, you know what I mean? Come up with a deep red. Don't come out here with this light purple My Little Pony shit.
No, they're trying to keep it as close to the original as possible.
And I'm all for vintage. I love original over anything. But when you could fix it and change it up and make it better, dude, tell me a deep red wouldn't have been a way better option.
Deep red. It wouldn't look like him, but I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it, but I think I think they were trying to keep it that's him.
Now it looks like Purple Pony. All right, so.
Steve, what year do I find that figure? Do I find the FSS?
I didn't fall asleep. I think it should be this year. It's this year's FSS.
The shock troop. I mean the Saw Viper.
You come prepared, man.
No, you're crazy. You're crazy. Are you sure? I thought we got that as a no. I don't know if that was FSS. I think it's this guy right here.
You're right. It's a convention exclusive. You're right.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Wait a minute. This is
a lot better.
This is radically different.
Well,
let's see it all geared up. Whoa, it's different.
Yeah. See,
this is very cool. I don't know if this is way better. But oh no,
That's my
I
bad.
think it's cool. I think it's cool. It's different.
As soon as he flipped the pictures, did you hear his breath go out of him? He's like,
Yeah.
No. My breath did not go out. I do like this one.
Oh.
I do like this one. I like the yellow visor. I like the purple. Don't put words in my mouth. I like the vest better, and I do like this washed out purple.
your size said it all. Oh.
No, I don't think so. What I love is that it's a different mold. It doesn't take away from the convention exclusive.
Yeah, that's cool.
The only thing that's different is the vest.
No. Oh, the arms are the same?
Are they?
What about the legs? I think the arms are the same. Double strap. Let me look at the knee.
Pads? Yeah, check the knee pads.
The knee pads are different.
Yeah,
No.
they-
Knee pads, yes. The knee pad has this square here, and then when I come here, it's got a pentagon. It's different. At least the knee pads are different.
Now the upper legs too. I don't see. They look like they got pockets on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They're different legs. So the chest has this collar on the new one for this year.
So the Saw Viper is if the color wasn't. So,
It's a different. Except for the arms.
I don't like the mask. The mask is ridiculous, but you can head swap that out easy.
No, I like it. I like it. It's
I don't
different.
like that they get the mouthpiece like that. They should just keep it covered over.
I like the glory hole. I can live with that.
Either way, the club one's better.
I like the new one. I gotta compare them. I gotta see them side by side.
All right, what do we got next?
What do we got next? Let me see. Where are we? What we got next is I'm completely lost.
We threw you off your game.
Yes, this is awesome. A lot of people have been waiting for this. Is it the IDW or Shooter, right? Is that IDW?
Well, this was in the first issue of G.I. Joe.
No, it wasn't. But the character name, the fact that it was a character, was in the first G.I. Joe. But if you look at the little art, the panel, it was actually, since the character was named after Jim Shooter, they covered his face, but it was a guy. And then either IDW or I think it was IDW, they created the backstory for Shooter. It was pretty cool, and they made it this African American female.
I like the figure. I'm not a fan of that torso. Similar.
Yeah, it is the same. It is the same torso. I love the face sculpt. That is a great face sculpt, and the hair as well. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just heard silence for a moment, and I was like, wait a minute. Everybody's gone. And here's another rethread. Okay.
Can we just skip over this one?
This is the POC Snake Eyes. It is their best Snake Eyes they've ever made, and it's coming with all of its accessories. You hear that, Alan? You didn't have to buy that $20 POC one. All right. This is a brand new character based on the G.I. Joe fiction that they have on Amazon. The Amazon where fans write stories. This is Stiletto. I'm not familiar with the character. There's a lot of different colors and design styles going on here. It's not bad.
Marauders.
What's up?
Marauders look.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Those colors are Slaughter's Marauders.
See the torso here? That's a good woman torso. You know what I mean? Like the other two are awful, man.
I'm not crazy about the face sculpt.
Yeah, the face sculpt is a little weak.
I really like this figure though. I think it's well put together.
It's well put together, but that face sculpt looks like a young William Dafoe, or I don't know. It looks. It's not very feminine. All right, and again, package with the POC Snake Eyes will be the Renegade Storm Shadow, which will have all the parts the Renegade Storm Shadow came with, which is the black sash and the the completely masked face.
What ninja looks like a goddamn emo? I mean,
hey, look, you know which one? One from when was Renegades? 2013, 2012.
dude,
Yeah,
listen.
something like that.
Yes, that ninja, Bill.
You don't see hair through Ninja Man.
You're telling me that after all that fighting, the rapping doesn't sometimes come out loose?
No.
Oh, come on, dude.
Do not watch American Ninja.
Okay, who's wrestling with the microphone on? Okay. Yes, Bill. I suggest you go grab all your all the 6 movies of American Ninja, and just have a marathon on every weekend, and you'll be fine. All right. This is cool. This is a totally brand new character, not from any fiction or any fan fiction. This is Hasbro created. Now, this is a brand new head sculpt, and that is an awesome head sculpt. That's like an angry Ving Rhames. All right, without the facial hair.
Can I have it back, Stevie?
No!
Hey, Stevie!
What's up, Stevie?
Everybody, that is Big Steve's little son. Look at, but this figure's. I mean, it's none of the other parts are original. None of the other parts. This is the vest that they gave. I think this is the Moneybags Destro Iron Grenadier POC vest, and the arms might be too. But I like that face. A lot of emotion, a lot of expressions on that face. I mean, there's a lot of expression on that face.
Yeah.
And to go with your Iron Grenadier, you have the Cobra Viper.
Now that figure looks badass. Color, everything. Perfect.
Oh no, this figure's amazing. But this is the POC figure. I don't know what's different about it compared to the POC. That POC was 2010. Let's check it out. 2010. Cobra Battle Set drivers. Exclusive convention. Nope. I guess not 2010. Let's try 11. Pursuit of Cobra. Here we go. Now, this was the first version of it that had the blue arm guards. You all right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, this one didn't come with the bazooka, but it does come with this awesome rocket. This is a really kick-ass rocket launcher. It's basically the same mold. The paint, it's a little different though.
A little deeper, I think, but that could just be the.
That could just be the. But I have a few of these. I love this figure. It's just a great figure.
Oh,
I mean,
the chrome mask is, that's great. I don't know why they couldn't use the chrome on the jet, but we'll talk about that soon.
Oh, there's a lot of reasons why. Chrome is very difficult and toxic, and factories. There's a lot of logistical reasons why you can't do that.
Like China worries about toxicity.
But China, actually, China doesn't care about toxicity, but China does care about their bottom line, and they don't get enough requests for it. And the factories that deal with that make these figures, and particularly the club figures, do not have the capability for chroming, so now they have to outsource it. So not only did they overcharge us 100, well, what seems like an overcharge, but that jet, that Sky Striker was $160. If they had to outsource to another company, which I don't even know if Hasbro would allow them to get that chromed, oh my God! I mean, maybe for $200, $300 chromed, a hardcore collector would get that. But I think that's probably why they decided against it. Now this
Sky rated at that price.
Exactly. Now this right here, the Zombie Viper, is another army builder. Now this one got a loud applause. This one was released only once, and the prices of these are going to start to plummet. This was a POC, or 30th anniversary actually. This was a 30th anniversary figure, an amazing figure. They're going to get this in a 2-pack, and tons of people. There are a lot of collectors out there that I guess missed the boat with the 30th anniversary, and are really happy to get this. Okay, this is without the gear. It's a great figure. Great figure. I bought a whole bunch when they first came out, at retail price. So I don't know. I might get one just so I can have one of each. I mean, packaged, but I'm not going to army build these because I have enough of these.
And just to be clear, you're getting 2 of them in one package.
Yes, and that's huge. So they are they're considering the limited budget that they have, they are listening to us. Another very important thing is that since we're not getting a hot figure, a hot army builder with a with an original character like they did last time with the Black Crimson Guard and Gun Ho. And the case assortments are going to be 10 per case and 2 of each. So it's going to be a little bit easier to collect these. So that I don't. So I for me that's cool. But this is what's on the horizon for the end of 2016. I imagine the beginning of 2017 for GI Joe. At Toys R Us. The other thing is that this is Toys R Us only. There will be no vehicles at Toys R Us. Those don't sell, and they haven't sold well. Okay. Now we're going to move on into some of the club stuff. Okay. The club later this year. This was going to be like their last quote unquote exclusive until they found out that they were renewed. That they were being renewed. But this is going to be their next Transformers, the club's next Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. The Transformer part, again, is going to be a little weak. That Megatron is super small, but it's supposed to be the hologram that was in the actual comic book. This is based on an actual G.I. Joe comic book from 1992 when Transformers comic book was already done and they wanted to introduce the quote-unquote Generation 2. So with this, you get at least for the Transformers side, you get a Legends class Combiner Wars, or no, actually it's pre-Combiner Wars, Legends class Generation Megatron. That's has a lot of transparent green because he's supposed to be, quote unquote, a hologram. What's really cool, this comes with the Masterpiece Ratbat in G2 colors or comic book colors. Okay, that nobody saw, that was not released stateside. You had to buy, the Takara version of Sound Blaster, which is the black version of Soundwave, to get him. So this is cool. And if, like me, you already have the Sound Blaster and that Ratbat, that Masterpiece Ratbat, this is in different colors. So I kind of like that. And then the other two pieces are from the San Diego Comic-Con G.I. Joe Transformer crossover sets from Hasbro. That's the Ravage in green, and that's the Blaster in a purple. I don't know. I guess this is from the comic itself. But what's really great about this set, Abe, I've always hated. And guys, interrupt me because I know I'm going off here a lot, but
Scarlet.
You're on a roll.
The Scarlet is gorgeous. This and I hate Ninja Force. I never liked the Ninja Force figures. Right? All the problems that they have, the bad articulation because they decided to give them this ninja chopping or ninja kicking or.
I got to rewind that because Dojo, Dice, and Slice, they're cool.
Okay.
But when they started going to that T crotch, it was game over for me.
Yeah, and Scarlet absolutely suffered from that. So I would say that this right here,
awesome,
is the best Ninja Force Scarlet Hasbro factory has ever produced. That is a beautiful figure.
Without a doubt.
All right. And what about that torso? Are you okay with the torso, Bill?
It's hard to see from here, but it looks good.
We don't have a great clear picture of it.
Now,
okay.
The Cobra Commander, man, I love the body overall. I just hate that blowing in the wind mask.
Dude, I saw it at the panel. The Hasbro executives brought it with them. I agree with you. I'm okay with the windswept. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. The definitely worst. The 25th anniversary one, the first one, was way too thin. Dude, the paint apps on that, and I was disappointed because I already have 2 or 3 versions of this Cobra Commander and Crimson Guard. That's a Crimson Guard chest. My God, they gave it a paint app that kind of gives it a denim kind of look and feel.
Mm-hmm.
The paint apps, it's got this wash on it that is just amazing. It's like real It looks like real fabric. It really looks like a dictator's uniform.
That's cool. If they gave you a head swap with a normal mask and the windswept mask, I mean that'd be cool.
I don't think so because he's holding Megatron. They would have shown it in this picture.
Yeah.
All right. So, and the other one that's a new character, this female scientist from the comic book. I personally don't. I guess if that's how she looked at the comic book, that's great. But I think it's really lame. She looks like she's wearing a leotard over pants.
She does.
All right, and there's no paint apps. There's no accentuation here of anything. I think.
Like a woman pro wrestler from the 70s.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. It broke up.
She looks like a woman pro wrestler from the 70s, like.
Absolutely, with a lab coat. Okay, looks like all the money went to Scarlet and the paint apps on and the paint apps on Cobra Commander, because the Transformers are all plastic. I mean, there's a little bit on the face of Blaster, but I'm going to tell you right now, the Blaster is actually smaller than the image on the screen. Okay, it is really small. So this is one. I've picked up the last year's. I'm gonna pick this up, especially that Ninja Force Scarlet is a must-have, absolute must-have.
Yeah.
All right, and and the other stuff is cool, and I have no choice, but you got to get it all because that's what it is. All right, we want to show you some of the images of what the exclusives this year were. All right. For the major vehicles this year, we've got 3 of them. Unfortunately, what we were talking about earlier, they could not chrome the Sky Patrol vehicles. All right, chroming seems to be something that's going the way of the Dodo, and they don't. The fact that the Hasbro factory itself does not do it, it was another factory, and they were just not going to go that expense. And let me tell you, these were expensive. Steve, how much were these? Do you remember?
The Sky Striker is $160.
Jeez.
The Sky Sweeper / Firebat was $68, and
this one here, yeah.
The Cobra Hydra was $98 because it comes with a driver.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. The pricing is really, really high. All right, this Sky Striker without this paint app, when it was in stores about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, was a $30 item. And I think the high end was probably $40-$50 high end when it first came out, the first week at some of these stores that gouge. All right, now it is really expensive. All right, and you could do a lot of wrist wrangling. All right, and because who do they think they are? But look, I bought them. All right, they're an investment. They are also very limited in production, and it's just one of those realities of producing toys in a limited run by a licensor, which is what Fun Publications is.
And basically in the aftermarket, you can get it at cost currently.
Yes, it's not that hot right now. It might go up in the future, but think about it. If you could get it at 170 and you didn't have to spend the money, 160 I mean, and you didn't have to spend the money on airfare, hotel, food, hey, go right, get it now because it could go up in the future. I'm not saying that it will, but it could.
I think if anything will go up, that might, But then again, history's shown that those high dollar items really level off to what they cost or actually get them at deals.
Yeah, and the other thing is that vehicles take up a lot of room.
Yeah.
All right. The Sky Patrol Sky Sweeper, aka Firebat.
I don't like it. I didn't like it. I don't know why they put the green accents on it. They should have left those parts black. It makes it look awful.
You know what? I like it. I don't think it looks awful because I like that it gives me a little pop, and it's a green that I can live with.
I don't like that updated mold crap.
I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I think it looks okay. And just for the record, the Sky Sweeper can actually sort of attach to the Sky Striker.
But it's kind of, isn't it? How does that work, Steve?
It goes in between the 2 vertical vanes on the Sky Striker. It really doesn't physically attach. It kind of just sits there and stays.
But does it? What about the risk of scratching the paint?
I personally wouldn't do it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I felt. And I'm one of those people that I absolutely loved the Black Spy Troops. This Hydra, I forgot what they called it back then. I always liked this plane.
That was called the Sky Sweeper.
That was the original Sky Sweeper. Okay, I have the black one. I think I had and I have the red one. I mean, I've got a few of this. I like this, and I like this blue. Okay, let's move on.
Bulk plastic, chunky vehicles. G.I. Joe to me is build it, put it together, pull it off the tree, build it. Not something that comes in a box, a window box. Anyway.
Thank you, Uncle Bill. All right. This was the attendee freebie. You didn't have to attend the show to order the box set.
What is can you tell us what the freebie is for people who aren't looking at a file card?
Okay, well, yeah, it's difficult to see. It basically is. It's a POC dash retaliation. Actually, this might be a retaliation scope. Halo jumper, okay, called Air Raid. It's Air Raid from the original line. Okay, it's a really sweet figure. I love the colors on this.
I always liked the Halo figure they did in the modern era. That was very well done.
The only thing is that you're not going to find any of these. This may be, as of right now, this might be the most sought after piece from the convention.
Was that the freebie you said?
Yes. That is the most I think of all the pieces in the convention, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, this might be the most limited.
Yes, it is. It's currently the hottest one in the aftermarket, and everyone's looking for it. It's a nice figure. It's
a gorgeous figure. It's a gorgeous figure, and they Frankenstein the correct parts for it, and the right plastic colors. It's awesome. So that's. I wish I'd gotten a few box sets, but that would have been really expensive. They try to take a picture of you so you can kind of see, but it's still not. It's still too fuzzy because
like a plastic bag.
nobody wants to open it. Nobody wants to open it. All right, this right here was just insane. Okay.
Hold on, Steve's got, what does he got? Oh, that's like the image. That's what's his name?
What you got there, Steve? Should I share Steve?
No, he was showing. Let me see. That static line.
No, that's the image from the comic book of this figure, Air Raid.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Should I? Let me share it then. Actually, Steve, can you select share? Actually, no, Steve, you're on my screen, so put it. I'm watching you now, so.
So if you look in the comic book, you can see
this guy here without the parachute gear.
Correct.
All right, stand. Don't move. Let's see if the camera focuses. Don't move.
Nope.
It doesn't focus. All right, we're gonna go back. This was a waste of time. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for nothing.
Trying to be helpful.
Trying and doing it are two different things. All right.
Holy Christ.
Okay, does somebody want to explain this, because it's difficult for me to say. It's difficult for me to admit.
Listen, $55 for 2 4. I think it was per color, right?
Yes.
Per color, it's the Joe Jump Pack and a Cobra Joe Pack, $55 each.
Per set of 6, which is god awful. That's
yeah.
Like $2 a piece around there.
Yeah, this was a little ridiculous. I don't know how many of these they made. I did pick up a set because I gotta get at least one of each. I like it. I've always loved the Jump Pack. This has a little. I mean, they went out. All the guns have silver details. Okay, on the Joe Pack, the hoses on the top have.
Listen, don't try to pump it up because you went out and wasted $55 a piece on these fuckers. You could have got one of each on eBay for like $12.
Well, that's the same thing.
Wow.
They're on eBay for $12, $13. It's the same thing if I bought 6.
Well, I'm saying that you just buy one, so you have one at least.
You know, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm a glutton for a lot of things, and one of the things is being overcharged. Yeah, this was.
I don't know, man.
I do not blame anybody for not picking these up. This is highway robbery. I'm sorry, club. I love you guys, but I know that you're going to tell me. I know there's a lot of things about costs.
That's a money grab right there.
Yeah, $55 for 6. Whew.
That means $110
for 12. Yeah. All right, it's a little wacky. All right, now these were. Let me see if I have better pictures of them.
A hell of a good.
The Helicopters were awesome. First of all, they have what I consider one of the best helicopter backpacks in the whole GI Joe line. The Cobra Commander Retaliation, the Ultimate Cobra Commander Retaliation, Fang-like backpack that they repurposed for the Heli Viper. And I personally like the colors on this Heli Viper better than the vintage. Let's go. Let's go back to yojoe.com, the ultimate resource for GI Joe. Heli Viper, what year was that? 90? 91?
Yeah, around about there.
I'm gonna go with 91 because 90 was an amazing year. Why am I in vehicles?
Don't hate on 91, man.
Oh, I'm not hating on it, but 90 was for me. 1990 was really one of the greatest years ever. All right, and they had great years before that, but 1990 was the last time that we got amazing sculpts, the guys that kind of fit more the real, quote unquote realistic military aspect of it, and they didn't go with gimmicks. They didn't do, But anyway, that's just me.
Well, click on 91 because I want to prove you wrong and show you just how.
No, that's half of them are kind of wacky.
Look at
I mean,
that.
I love the sculpt. It's the colors. No, dude, don't get me wrong. Big Ben is amazing. Cobra, the Crimson Guard Immortal, one of my all-time favorites. All right, the Desert Scorpion, all-time favorites. Even a lot of these, but this is the start of what the hell is that? That's not a snow serpent. I'm sorry.
I love that snow serpent.
Those colors are horrible.
98 version or
shame on you. Shame on you. The 98 is better because it makes sense. This one is horrible.
Amazing. That mold is amazing.
It's okay, but the color applications are abysmal. The head sculpt on this grunt, and also not for nothing, I don't mind the brown shirt, but what's up with the pants?
Stick with the modern there, pal.
All right. No. Everybody agrees. 1990, it started to go. All right. What happened to the great mold for low light, but that's not low light. All right. Mercer's a little funky. I wish they had given him a different name and a different character. Oh, and these Eco Warriors, garbage.
Dude,
Sonic.
Eco Warriors were dope. I love them.
Oh, come on, please.
And Sonic, come on, that Falcon is amazing. The Psych Out's amazing.
That Falcon, I don't like those colors. He looks like he should be. He looks like a trooper from somewhere in South Africa.
Oh my god, dude, that Zap is awesome, and so
that Zap. It's okay. It's okay.
I quit.
Oh, and this right here, the worst ever. These air commanders, every single one, I cannot stand. The battle copters, are okay only because of my boy, the Interrogator.
Yet you just bought an entire convention set based on these figures.
Oh my god.
They're much. You know why? Because they're much better now. This right here is whack looking.
Okay,
Okay.
that is an amazing figure.
Yeah,
No, it isn't. Look at those colors.
He's talking about Night Vulture, everyone.
Oh, that Night Vulture is whack.
Tell him how 91 is a great year.
Okay, Night Vulture. It's okay. It's not as good as 90. It's not as good as 90. It's a good year. It's a good year. Not as great as 90. So I guess it's 92 then, or.
It's 92.
Okay.
I could have gotten to it faster and getting it out of my drawer.
Even 92's got some hitters, man.
It does have some hitters. I will agree, but there's some stuff like I never liked the head sculpt or the green shirt on Spirit. Okay, but these Battlecopter guys are way better. The original one was the original Heli Viper was basically a recolored in crazy colors Night Viper
with a snow serpent head.
With a snow serpent head, yes.
I don't know who the arms are. I don't think the arms were Night Viper though. But it's
those arms belong to a pilot, either the Nullifier.
No,
Stratoviper.
No. The one that came with the Mamba. I can't think.
Oh yes. Oh, I can't.
Gyro Viper.
Gyro Viper. Yes.
At least the lower arms look like it, but who knows?
Yeah. But anyway, I like what they did with this one, and I like what they were able to do. I'm not crazy about this 2-pack. I'm not that crazy about it because of the colors. I'm not sure who's the guy on the bottom. He's the one that has to me the better colors. Cloudburst. Okay, the gliders are okay. The gliders are from the Joe versus Cobra era.
Awful. So that means they're awful.
They're not awful. They're serviceable. Serviceable.
Awful.
Serviceable.
Awful.
Serviceable.
Move on.
This is one of my favorite. This is one of my
the
favorite
worst
figures.
picture ever, dude. Who took that picture?
His tank, man. I don't know.
Hey, don't. Hey, you shouldn't have really brought their name up. I don't want to disparage them, but
Well, on their site, and everybody sees their site. What are you talking about? It's too late for that.
I mean that picture could have been way better.
This is one of my favorite figures, if not my favorite figure in the set. I mean, this free fall is it was a great figure. They did a great job. This, I think, is one of they've had a few really good what do you call them, parachute figures, but as an individual character, this is probably the best one. You know, non-troop builder, they did a great job with him.
I'm a little disappointed that they didn't come with a surprise with chrome or silver parachutes.
Yeah, they used the retaliation parachute.
But I mean with the set, the concept, that would have been awesome to throw a harness set up with them and a chrome.
Dude, it looks like they have a major problem with the pricing, and I think it's probably one of the reasons why the BotCon's not being done by them anymore, or being done, period.
Yeah.
It's the pricing to get these things done and manufactured, because these prices are ridiculous. All right, and it's a lot more complicated than just the club trying to gouge us. Okay, that's the easy. Oh, they're being evil and just gouge. I think that some realistic costs that making these type of things the way they do is really, really expensive.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I think it's the small numbers that do it.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, and then here we have what was the custom class exclusive. You got a blank. You received a head, 2 helmets, arms, torso, no legs, and you got to pick your own legs. Okay, and in the custom class, you painted up your own Bullet Man, one of the last Adventure Team G.I. Joe figures from the 1970s. And what was cool was that you got a silver casted or silver gray casted helmet for him, but they also casted a chrome helmet. Now,
some customizer can come with a chrome helmet, but Hasbro, the big corporation, can't come with a chrome.
I can't wait to eat your words. A, you're wrong. It's not Hasbro. It's the club. B, this was done by somebody's friend in Texas. C, every single one of those, every single helmet had to be touched up by the customizer running the class because they all came out messed up. None of them fit.
All right, well, you couldn't just let me have that. You couldn't just let me have that argument. Come on.
You know what, man? Because if they hear way too much negativity. They need a little positivity. You know, because maybe we've tried negativity of all this time. Maybe a little positivity will get us something better. Maybe I'm naive.
I'm the negative. You know.
Well, what this is.
Two sides of the same battery, man.
I think, you know what? I think we should rename the show Yin and Yang Podcast.
That's it. And listen, I'm just trying to point out stuff. I'm not a I don't know. I just don't like that they just.
We're busting chops, and because the reality is,
come on here and they talk to us, I'll love them. Okay.
And we're passionate.
How about
we're passionate. We want perfection. We want what's best. Maybe we want too much, but it's better to want too much than to have low expectations.
No.
All right, and I think it's a water
guy, man. So I'm going to be very critical of that stuff as well. So.
And I love the bullet here. I think that's a water slide decal.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool setup when I saw it. I was like, "Ooh, what's this from?"
So, pretty good job on their part. Okay, one of the things that Hasbro shared with us, if I can get it back again, this year's San Diego Comic-Con exclusive is going back to the G.I. Joe Transformers 2-pack, or multiple pack.
We spoke about that last episode.
But these are high-res pictures.
Oh, we got high-reses.
High-res pictures. They told us at the con that they were. First of all, do you see this? This is the Rattler as Power Glide. This will not have stickers. It won't have the Autobot stickers on it when you get it. You will get a choice of putting Autobot stickers on it, Rattler Cobra stickers on it, and Steve, what was the other one that they offered?
I thought it was Decepticon stickers.
It might be Decepticon stickers. You might be right about that. Okay. But this, I love the way this looks. I love the red. I'm a sucker for these sets. I love
Yeah.
the gray and silver.
That's nice, and it looks like they're not using the butchered version unless the other side has that.
The sound attack, no, because they have this mold because they re-released in the 25th anniversary a Rattler in blue without the sound attack feature.
Okay.
All right, this is an awesome figure. Okay, not crazy about the pain in the eyes, but this is one of the best Scarlets we've gotten in a long time.
Oh man.
I like the Scarlet.
She looks great. It's awesome. The color scheme is amazing.
Yeah.
That crossbow is out of this world.
Well, not the crossbow. The crossbow is very dated.
Nah,
But the color scheme, the thicker legs.
they should have just did an updated mold of the original because the original's perfect.
This is an updated of the original, and I like this a lot. This works for me.
No, I mean the crossbow. I'm sorry.
I mean,
The crossbow.
how many Scarlets do we need though? Seriously.
Yeah, but how
Mr.
exactly?
Negative over here.
But that's what they're giving us. That's what they give us.
Hey, stop being so damn negative, Steve. Okay.
Yeah.
It could have been Lady J. I mean, how many females could they have gotten? It could have been Bomb Strike. Would you have won Bomb Strike again?
Anything would have been better than another Scarlet.
No, I like the Scarlet. At least
While I like this Scarlet and I'm not bashing it, I will say that harness should be way tighter and form fitting.
yeah, that's Hasbro. That's how they do that. They gave you a regular harness.
Hasbro.
Hey, that's the nature of the beast. I like the paint apps on his shoes. I like the paint apps on the shoes, and I like how they carry their color as arm gauntlets, or at least on the arms right there. I like that.
They don't. You could even take that harness off. She don't need it. I mean,
No, she doesn't need it. No, I think it's superfluous. I'd like to know what. Oh, I thought this was a backpack. No,
superfluous.
superfluous. Yeah, unnecessary. They added. It's unnecessary. It's overkill.
Okay. Can you spell that out? I mean, sound that out.
No. All right. And this, I love this his tank. This is one of my favorite non-vintage his tanks. This is the DTC mold, the right to consumer from 2006 his tank, and they did a really cute job making this into a sound wave.
Yeah, I like the batteries. I like the batteries as the launchers. That's all.
Yeah, I like that. And to me, they kind of look like. And what I like about the batteries as launchers is that I thought the original was stupid because if it's carrying missiles, if it's carrying some kind of payload, once they shoot them all, it's done. To me, I can imagine this as being laser. I imagine these might be missiles that fire out. I don't know, but to me, these are like laser cannons. I love that.
I would have liked the original mold, but that's me.
No, well, for the Destro set, they used the retaliation mold. The original mold, it's been done to death. That's one that I've got enough of those. Between the original line, the 2000 A-Raw series.
It's just a preference, man. You don't mind a new chunky plastic.
Some of them I do. It's not across the board. But I think some of them, this is a great design. And the fact that it's a troop carrier. The side's open to hold troops.
Then give me version 2. I'd rather a version 2.
They don't have those anymore, those molds. They claim they don't have the molds anymore.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Oh, they destroyed all the molds for the vintage line.
No, but I'm saying they used them for 2004 set. Why would they destroy that mold?
Because they don't want to have them storage. They don't want to hold onto these things.
Those molds were in America, and all the molds that were still in America have been destroyed.
God damn! I don't know why they wouldn't just auction that type of stuff off before destroying history.
Because they don't care. They don't care. That's not part of their business.
Dollars, right? That's what you always saying.
Their board of directors, okay, their shareholders don't care about that. Okay, it's about profitability and making a bigger profit than you made last year, which is why we get another Zartan.
But not a horrible Zartan. It looks good.
Yeah, he looks good. Now, is this light piping on these figures, Steve? Do you see what's going on top of Duke's head and on top of, I guess, a silver masked Storm Shadow head? You see that? Do you guys see
I
that
think
red plastic?
that's probably just markings for pre-production.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's not. It doesn't look like anything that should be there.
Because look at the eyes. Oh, maybe they're just masks that are stuck on something. That's maybe what it is. Okay. They're masks. Maybe they're not head. Maybe it's not a head swap. It's actually a mask that you place on top of Zartan's face. I do like the color scheme on it. I do have to say that, but I hate that. Look how if this vest, his
He's got the woman
torso
torso.
piece.
He's got the woman torso. Oh my God, he's more like a woman. I just looked at it and realized it.
No, the woman torso uses this part here. The top may not be, but I don't like how big this vest is. It's not tight enough.
Look at those women arms, man. Oh my God.
They're not women arms. What you smoking? All right. These are the figures. These are the figures at the display case, but these are the actual figures. This guy right here is the new brand manager. Oh, he's been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, you're doing a bang.
Oh, and this right here is the vice president. Oh, you know what, dude? They are doing a bang up job because this line isn't dead. They've killed of all the properties that still exist from the '80s that have no support whatsoever. G.I. Joe, I think, is the only one. I mean, Transformers has TV shows and movies. Star Wars, of course. G.I. Joe has no media support, and these guys have it. Now, it's on life support, but it's still here.
And honestly, if it wasn't for those two guys right there, G.I. Joe would not exist.
Yeah. So this is a closer look at the what the Toys R Us figures for later this year are going to look like. And I think they're not going to. They said they won't be out until like November, so it's going to be a while before we see these.
I thought they said the fall, right? Yeah, so I guess the end of November.
Yeah, they specifically said because.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, when they used to say the fall, they'd be out in August. They're saying this year, the fall, but in November.
Gotcha.
All right, now this is a little bit more from the club. All right, we're going to get a female troop builder 3-pack based on the design of the officer we're going to see from the Toys R Us exclusives. Okay, which is going to be awesome. I mean, I don't know how much they're going to charge. I mean, God, if this thing could be $60, could be $80. I don't know.
Hey, we need to get Alan a new phone, by the way. I just need to that.
Yes, he does. But it doesn't matter if he had a new phone.
I love that Alan's like a semi-reporter there, and what does he do? He takes 0 pictures and sits in the back of the room.
Oh my God! And I was standing. I basically just went to the front. I tried not to get not in the way of the panel, and I just stood there with the camera. And actually, then I found a spot to sit while videotaping. But that was when I had battery issues.
Yeah.
Battery and Wi-Fi. It was a twofer. All right. Now we're gonna get. They're gonna go right ahead with the new FSS. Now it was supposed to be the new FSS 5 figure subscription service from the G.I. Joe Club was supposed to start and end in 2016 because of the wackiness that they did not have a contract with Hasbro to renew the Joe Club until about 3 weeks ago. Now, I don't know if that means that that's still going to be their plan, or if they're going to, or if they're just going to push it out like they usually do and start it at the end in December and continue it through the beginning of 2017. But this right here
Can't wait to see what Ambush
is the list. Ambush is the first one they announced.
Can't wait.
A Battle Core of Cobra Viper, which I've never liked, but it should be interesting. All right, and they already Bill, they already have the head mold. They used it for the Iron Anvil from a year ago or a couple of years ago.
Okay.
All right, just like they did
the modern Iron Anvil one, obviously not the new one.
Not the new. not the A-Rod, the modern version.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get, I hope, a better Charbroil. That's not just a. That's not just. They said that it's not going to be another Charbroil that uses Blowtorch's body. This is gonna piss. This is awesome, but I'm cool with it for a lot of reasons. The Darklon Sergeant Major 2-pack, Modern Era 2-pack from 2012 is a very pricey item.
I gotta look at trademarks again to see if they renewed.
When I saw this, I said, "Oh no, the price is gonna drop." But no, they're not doing the vintage Darklon. They are updating his body. He's going to be supposedly look more like a modern day courier, whatever that means. All right, so it's going to be a new body for Darklon. Okay, this is awesome. We're going to get the C-Force mechanic, Rico Gaucho Gonzalez.
Nice.
All right, so that's awesome.
That makes Bill happy.
Yeah, that's cool, but I already released him, I believe, right?
Nope, not
in modern sculpt.
No modern con version? I thought they did. Okay.
They made a 3 3/4 inch con version.
Oh, got you. Okay, that was probably like one of the last years, right?
The Rhode Island show.
The Rhode Island show 2010.
When I went to and didn't get any con exclusives for. Awesome.
Yep. Okay, and we're going to get a general flag, and I think it's going to be the general flag from 1992-93.
They should do a cartoon general flag.
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping it was the cartoon flag, but the 92 one isn't a bad look either. So, all right, we're going to get a Raptor.
Raptor, nice. Can't wait to see what they do with them.
You know what, dude? You're not going to be crazy. I'll bet you they're going to use one. They're going to use one of the backpacks from this year's con set that they've used before.
If anything, they'd pay Solomon to use his.
Aha! That Solomon one is awesome. All right, Salvo.
Yes.
We're gonna get Salvo. I hope they do him justice, I hope they.
That NJCC salvo, that was a good salvo. I hope hopefully they could do something.
They said they're not gonna remake his launcher though.
Boo.
Well, I'm glad I got the NJCC.
I'm trying hard to not rip this stuff apart, and you're ruining it.
Hey, Scoop
McDoop.
Scoop. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm curious as to what parts and how they put these things together to see how they look.
Yeah.
Sneak peek. The original Fatso of the Joe team.
You know what, man? They're gonna do a sneak peek. I really wish they would have. I really wish they would have tried the Brazilian Sky Patrol for Patrol Duar.
You know what? I was hoping they were going to do more of those, but
I thought they were going to do a 2-pack with Aguio Commando and Albatross. They could have did if they're doing a sneak peek. Whatever.
Tell people what molds they are used with those names.
Well, Albatross was basically sneak peek body with Knockdown's head, I believe, or Maverick. Maverick. And then Wheel Commando was Sci-Fi's head on. I'm trying to think of the body.
Which Sci-Fi? The first version or second?
Second. Right.
Yeah, great head, great mold. Head sculpt.
Oh, it's not Sci-Fi. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot here. Sneak Peek. It's Sneak Peek's head on Maverick's body. So they swapped heads on the. You know, like it just dawned on me now after all these years and being a big Commandos and Masao fan that they lived fucking heads on those bodies.
You know what? Just like with me when I watch Batman vs Superman, Martha. Oh my God! You got to be kidding me! I didn't know that. But anyway, Um,
It's funny because it's just like that little kid on the backpack on the catalog. Like all these years, even growing up loving those catalogs.
the '86 GI Joe catalog, yes,
Goddamn kid running into battle with a walking stick.
and a backpack with I think with his Lunchables.
It's funny that it takes this to put two and two together. You know what I mean? That's funny.
You know, I mean, from your lips to God's ears, I would have rather gotten that than the Glider 2-pack.
Yeah, no, I really thought they were going to come with something sneaky like that, and now that they're showing that they're going to do a sneak peek, I'm like, man, they could have kind of worked it together, but whatever.
Look,
The
and
Glider 2-pack is nice. You shouldn't really be hating on it.
I didn't really hate on it, you know.
I'm not. It's not that those the Glider 2-pack has the color aesthetics of what I didn't like of late '90s.
The gliders are god awful, but the figures,
No, I don't think they're god awful. I've got a few of those. They're okay. They work.
man, when they released them, so.
And now from a GI Joe lore that doesn't get a lot of representation or a lot of love, from the what's so much, it doesn't get so much love. I don't even remember the name. From Sergeant Savage. Is it Sergeant Savage?
Yeah, I think
This is not Extreme. This is not Extreme, right?
No, it's Sergeant Savage.
We're gonna get the infantry officer.
No, wait, no. It's Extreme. I'm
It
sorry.
is Extreme?
It's
Okay.
It is from Extreme. We're getting the Scar infantry officer. Okay, the Steel Raven. I like to see. They've already given us the Trooper in the FSS, one of the early ones.
I love the three G.I. Joe guys right here. Just cannot come up with what. Is it this or is it that?
Now, this is something that Bill, you're not gonna be into at all.
Wait, why? Explain it to me.
Shattered Glass is a concept that they came up with BotCon. I don't know if it existed before Fun Publication took over BotCon 13, 14 years ago, or it's something that they created, which is basically a way of them selling the same exact molds, the Transformer molds. They took Shattered Glass is basically an alternate universe where the Autobots are good guys and the Decepticons are bad guys.
So Zamon's a good guy.
So I don't know if now. It seems like he's a good guy, and there's not going to be a Tomax. They're going to work some kind of storyline behind that. Tomax is like a separate personality in his head. I don't know, something like that.
Hey, listen, I could get down with that. That's interesting to me, but I don't mind. I don't mind that him being a good guy in some kind of reality. That's cool, man. I could get down.
If you read the club's comic book every month, they go into the whole G.I. Joe Shattered Glass.
Oh, they have.
Excuse me, fancy pants.
No, look who reads. Look who reads.
Look who's got $45 for a useless book.
You know what? No, look who's smart because look at what people are paying for Pythona, and all they had to do was spend $45.
I'm joking. You got to be. Let me be facetious here, okay? Please.
Okay, well, I'm adding to it.
I threw that word at you because you hit me with that other one before.
Superfluous.
Superfluous. I'll never remember that again.
Okay.
It's an awesome word, though.
Absolutely.
I have to learn the definition in broad terms so I could actually use it because I have many awesome words that you're like, what is he saying? But I know what they mean in using them in context, but I really don't know what they mean if I try.
What are you saying?
There you go.
All right. Okay. Now, this is some pictures of new reveals at the JoeCon. These are online now, but at the JoeCon they revealed some new figures for the Eagle Force Kickstarter, and this line is just kicking major butt. All right. I don't know if this is. I hope this is part of the Kickstarter, but it may be contingent on the Kickstarter being successful, and maybe then they'll produce this. They have a play set. It's a cardboard backdrop. But hey, it's cardboard backdrop goodness from the 80s. It is awesome. Multi-leveled. This concept art here or piece is amazing. All right, and we get two new figures. You get Baron von Chill 2. All right, with the same body, with mostly the same body as the Riot Commando, but these are great bodies. Wow. All right, they've really knocked it out of the park with these. All right, these are the figures we've already seen. Okay, these are some these are some stretch goals from what I can tell. Okay,
Whole Eagle Force.
I'm loving these. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving these, and this is going to kill me because I bet you the all-in is going to be it's going to be real expensive, man. I'm going to have to.
That's the thing about the Kickstarters is I didn't realize like, what their next plans. Like when we talked to Jason about the Animal Kingdom, Animal World.
Ah!
What? Wait, what?
That's the thing I was doing. I always the name Jason. I love you. The name just it's a great name, but it's kind of long. It's the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom.
Right.
I memorized it.
When he was talking to us about the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, and he started showing us, hey, we're doing this and this, and he's like, look, he's basically got like wave after wave already set like down the line. So once that Kickstarter's over, boom, you got the next wave is going to be ready to go. So I mean, I don't realize how deep some of these Kickstarters go as I'm fairly new and just starting to look into them. And this Eagle Force looks similar, where it's like it's going to start with this, and it's just going to get hotter as it goes. So.
Well, that's the thing with these Kickstarters, which is why it's very important that we support them. The support for these Kickstarters is crucial because they have. Look, these guys creating these Kickstarters, they're not running a whole multinational corporation with multi-levels. They're working on their figures, so once they're done with the first waves of the first concepts, they can continue working on it. And what's really important, folks, we have to support these. All right. I mean, obviously, you have to be into it, but it's very important to support them and not wait till later. It's more money up front, but the savings is huge.
Right.
You do save, okay? And by putting the money up front, it helps them get a foot in the door for the next round of figures.
Yep.
That's why to me it's huge.
And obviously, look at the success that Marauder John and Boss Fight have come to with this, and everyone's buying the stuff and they can't get enough.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is that all of these have the boss, and the common denominator with Eagle Force, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, Marauder, and the Boss Fight figures is that they've all been touched somewhere along the line by Boss Fight.
Yeah, I feel like especially with the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I mean, his best is yet to come, if you ask me. The first line is awesome. It's amazing, but you look at what's coming after that, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's branching out. Yeah, he's really branching out with that line. He is really branching out with that line.
And I'm not. I got to be honest. I'm not getting behind the Eagle Force. I'm just not into Modern Joe's style, and that's kind of what I look at them as. So I'm not really looking to get into them, but.
Oh, your loss.
No, yeah, right, and I regret. Listen, the hacks to me, I was very into them because they're not like G.I. Joe. So I was into them because I'm not into modern G.I. Joe. So I like what they were doing, and at the time, I just kind of got.
I was gonna say that you're not into modern G.I. Joe, and maybe you're not into modern military because the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom and the hacks all basically have a lot of the designs of the modern G.I. Joe. They share a lot of design and some of the aesthetic.
And they're fully compatible too. You can
right.
Yeah.
But I really think I think the hacks bodies for regular bodies are very well done, and they're very proportionate and done well versus G.I. Joe, where you got one that's awesome, one that's like, what the fuck? The other's like, that's a difference. And I just feel like with the hacks, I just got back into collecting, so it was about to end, and it was a lot of money, and I was really focused on Brazil, Estrella stuff, so I was like, nah, I'm going to push it off for now, and I regret it, because now I want to get them all, and it's going to be probably near impossible.
It's going to be not impossible, just very, very expensive.
Right.
Very, very expensive.
But with the Eagle Force, just remind us that they just released pictures of a gold version of something.
Yes, the gold version of the Commander. We're gonna get a regular clothing, but they're gonna have a gold foil version of him.
With the
Am I still sharing?
No, I took you off. You want it?
No, I'm done. I was trying to take myself off,
Well,
but it's telling me you are presenting to everyone.
You got to turn that off yourself. Oh no, I do. You're done. There you go.
Thank you.
My bad.
Oh, there's that beautiful face. Look at that boy. Look at that Bill Singh.
Hey, how are ya?
Oh, look at those cheeks.
So
look at those perfect teeth.
Yeah, right.
Actually, you got a really nice, slightly chipmunk, look going with them. I like the way they cascade down. It's just gorgeous.
Look like I'm gonna eat a. I don't know. Anyway, that was horrible timing. So I want to shout out our sponsor, BigBoyCollectibles.com. Head over there for all your GI Joe needs. He's got what you want. The prices are amazing. Jose is awesome guy. Easy to talk to. He's constantly changing over product and inventory. So if you're into GI Joe, head over to BigBoyCollectibles.com. Check him out on Facebook, Big Boy Collectibles, and be sure to let him know we sent you over there.
Oh, and folks, free shipping on any order over $65.
Nice.
There you go. There you go.
It's easy.
None of that.
It's easy to fill up the cart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie.
So what do we got next? Are we moving to?
We are moving. We are moving, and I gotta share. And I guess I'll share again.
Yeah.
You want me sharing? All right. Let me select sharing. Because sharing is caring, folks. Sharing is caring. The next we're going to go into a import. I love me some imports. That's not the import. We are going to get a kick ass.
Let me
Deadpool.
When I seen this Deadpool, man, my jaw dropped. I'm gonna, while you talk, I'm gonna try to find this again because there's a better.
It's already on pre-order. It's already on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store.
Is it really?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I could be. I think it's on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. Okay, this is a gorgeous figure. This is made by Kyoto. Okay, officially licensed. This is just killer. Okay. Well, look at all the. I don't know if you can. I don't know how clear it's going to come, but the articulation on these Japanese action figures is intense. Not just insane, intense.
I love the feet together with the arms crossed with the handguns.
Oh,
like
jeez.
He's jumping through the air, and that's a pose I've seen him in on imagery, and the fact that you could do it with the figure is amazing.
That's what we like to call in the game a butterfly joint in the shoulders that allows the arms to come forward like that. Okay, I think the 36 on the right-hand side of this picture might refer to the number, the articulation points, but he comes with it. I mean,
comes with real quick. What's up, Alan?
Oh, Alan got home?
Yeah, no more wedding for Alan. Look at that hair.
Hi, Mr. Alan Kaplan.
Hello, Mr. Steven Celentano. Welcome.
Whoa! We got to stop sharing. We need some wedding pictures here.
I actually had no service with my phone. It kind of died out there. There was nothing going on, so I couldn't take a thing.
So
I was kidding. I don't want your pictures.
Yeah, you probably don't want to see a thing.
So welcome back, Alan. So Pedro, I sent you a new link. I sent you a new link for that.
Am I still sharing?
No, you're not. So
all right. Well,
see the link in the chat?
I'm already there. I just got to share.
Okay, now this is the Google images. So
okay, now I'm going to let Alan take over. First of all, Alan, What's with? Oh, wait a minute. We got. Okay, I can't do this yet. Alan, I need you to speak to the people and tell them about why your hair is finally in a nice style. I really like it.
Well, I was at a wedding, so I had to get it done up. You know, or how do they say it today? I got my hair did.
Got my hair did.
I got my hair did. I actually did not mean for it to get as long as it's been getting, but I've been told let it go, let it go, let it go. So I think I might let it go until
I'm going to tell you, Alan.
Little too much Disney in your chat. Little too much Disney in your chat.
Alan, from the eyebrows up, you're a new man.
Oh, great.
I really do like it.
This is all the same old shit.
I do like it, man. Nice job.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, get above your lower third there, pal, because I can't see your lovely teeth.
Oh, let me.
All right, let me figure out where this link went. I'm sorry about that. Well, anyway, people, this is big. This is our big boy collectibles, and we're back. This is Kyoto, like I said, from the Revoltech line. They make highly articulated figures. They have a they have a very particular joint system. They're basically it's a ball with 2 pegs.
Hey, Pedro, Steve's got to hop off, so we want to thank you for coming on with us, Steve.
It's no problem, guys.
Steve, you can't stay?
No, unfortunately, a 4-year-old is waiting to go to bed.
Oh,
yes.
Gotcha. All right.
It is past his bedtime.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks for coming on, Steve.
You have a good night.
Thanks a lot,
See you in
bro.
a few weeks.
Peace.
Peace.
Okay, this is the figure standing up. Let's wait until. I don't know why with the new Google Images thing, it takes a while for the.
I know.
All right, so it's not just me, and it still hasn't.
No, it does.
I know, but it still hasn't cleared up. But I don't know if you can see, like in his elbows, you see these balls here. They're kind of like round this. Yep. They're not exactly balls, but it's so when he's standing up like that, you can notice them. You're like, oh, I'm not crazy about that. The thing is that is what allows you to get incredible articulation. You look at his shoulders.
I don't think it aesthetically takes away from that figure whatsoever.
Some people do complain about that, but I do agree. Oh, here's a better picture.
You hear me? I complain about everything, for Christ's sake. Jesus.
No, but you just like to complain.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I feel like over the years, Revoltech has always had some interesting joint systems going on. Sometimes they do look a little bit unsightly, but depending on what poses you put the figures in, you really can't tell.
Well, I think it's been basically the same. This thing right here, that's something that's trademarked theirs. That's always been there, and I think we're in luck with the knee. We got to look at another picture. It's being covered by the knee pad. But what I love about is the accessories and how ingenious they were with the accessories. You've got 2 heads, okay? And I thought it came with multiple heads, like in this picture, the first picture that I showed. No, you basically you swap the eyes. I've never seen that in an action figure. Brilliant.
Aside from the aesthetics and the posability, when I saw that, my jaw dropped. I said, "That's amazing," and that, like you said, brilliant, man. Just that's thinking outside the box, and
that's going to probably be a precursor to Spider-Man, because they have said there's going to be a Spider-Man in this line, and Spider-Man always has the very animated eyes and squinting and everything, and they'll probably do the very same thing.
I hope so. They've had the Marvel license for a long time. I have the Revoltech. I have the Revoltech Transformers, okay, which are they made about 5 or 6, and they basically just went crazy reprinting Optimus Prime. And I also have their Iron Man from quite a few years ago, from Iron Man 2, the Iron Man 6 armor.
Well, go up to the
Oh, I'm gonna move to the next one.
Go to the advertisement real quick.
Which advertisement? Oh, this one here?
Yeah, click that one, and you see the bottom right. You could see the silhouettes of what's coming there. Spider-Man.
Oh, and Venom. And if they're comic book accurate, that's just going to be amazing. Oh man, that's going to be hard to resist.
Yep.
You know, if they do a good old school Venom, woo.
I'm all in on this. And you said Big Bad might have them, so you're killing me.
Big Bad does have these. Yeah, this is already on pre-order with Big Bad.
Oh yes. Now, Bill, your guy doesn't get this.
I don't know. I have to find out. I don't think so, but I mean, don't think they do imports.
Look at these poses. This is the pose that Bill was talking about, and look at what they do with the eyes.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, these poses are insane. Yes, the knee is the same ball system, but they cleverly hit it with the knee pad. Okay,
Sold out. Son of a.
it is. It is. I mean,
Heads up, guys.
what's up?
Thanks for the heads up. Sold out.
On
Oh,
Big Bad?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, these type. Now for the very popular Japanese action figures, highly detailed, whether it's Revoltech or MAFEX or SH Figure Arts or the other one that's just Figure Arts. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of them. If it's a popular character, they sell out immediately. But they might come back. They might. There's a possibility that there might be more. But look at these. Look what you could do. How expressive these faces are. All right, this is just amazing. And I don't know about you, Alan, but for me, uh-oh, I hate debugging.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alan, doesn't this kind of look like a Rob Liefeld head mask?
Oh, it looks exactly like a Rob Liefeld head mask.
It's got the Liefeld look to it. The black isn't as big.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you should say that. I felt like when I was looking at this figure that they kind of did an amalgam of a number of different influences. I definitely see Liefeld in there. I see Ed McGuinness in there.
Yes.
There's definitely a mix of different art styles in here, and I'm very curious to see if they're going to do the same kind of thing with Spider-Man. But yeah. Oh, and look at him posing like they're like from the movie. That's awesome.
Yeah, that he could actually do this, holding the gun right by his crotch.
Yep.
Having his left leg folded behind his right leg. Oh God, I don't know what. This debugging is killing me. Oh, I got to get out of here.
And I think, you know, what the figure was going for $68 on Big Bad. I think that for a Revoltech figure, that's a damn good price.
Revoltechs are about that price. I find that I don't know why the Revoltechs seem to be a little cheaper than the Fig Arts.
Yeah, they are. I think the Figure Arts have a little bit more metal pieces. I think that they are just a little bit pricier just because of the materials that are involved. But I don't know whether or not the Figure Arts have the same type of posability that the Revoltechs do. I don't know if the Figure Arts Deadpool
yes, they do.
They do?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, you can speak better to than I could.
Oh, yes. The Japanese are no joke when it comes to articulation on these action figures.
Wow. Okay.
All right, they are serious about this stuff. Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait, and unfortunately, now I got to try to find another place to get it.
Yeah, Bill, I apologize. I thought I put it on our board when this went up. It happened during JoeCon.
Yeah. All good. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, I think I'm okay now.
It's not like it's the first action figure in the past 2 weeks that I've missed. We'll get into that shortly.
I guess we will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another awesome action figure that, you know, good old Uncle Bill here lost out on.
I like that, Uncle Bill. I mean, look at this pose here.
It's beautiful. And you're right. You know, I was talking to Bill about how, you know, I came back from JoeCon with a renewed focus on what I want to collect and what I didn't. And I probably will have to stick with this. This thing is too good not to. I think this entire line is too good not to. For what you're getting for the price, I think it's worth every penny.
I mean, here's a picture I had not seen. Look at the back. Look at the sheaves.
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible attention to detail. All right, but you see the balls. You see the ball. This Revoltech. They probably have a pan for this. What it basically is, they're perfect circles and they're spheres. Each sphere has a peg that moves in 360 degrees, and that gives it that ultimate flexibility.
Yeah.
Some would say that the Figure Arts is a little cleaner, but this gives us such an amazing range of motion. I mean, look at this. I mean, that is just insane.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get this, even if I got to go secondary market.
I can't wait. No, you'll be able to find it somewhere. Trust me, you'll be able to find it somewhere, and you won't have, and it'll be close. Oh, and what's even better? Give it a year. I wouldn't be surprised if within a year there'll be a KO of this. They're doing a lot of KOs of these figures now.
There are KOs of these. Yeah, that's true.
Now the the quality can be suspect, or you could come out with something that looks like it was, production, official production, but it can't be. It is a gamble. All right, and then Alan, you want to describe these?
Hold on a second. Sorry, I lost my thing for a minute. Yes.
Alan, continue checking your emails. Don't let us bother you.
No. I was bringing up a breaking news thing that I want to talk about. It's not on our agenda, but let's talk about this first.
Okay.
Well, dude, breaking news.
It's a bit breaking news, actually. But let's first, since we have this up, let's discuss this first, then we can talk about the breaking news thing.
Well, I'm going to be sharing the images because I already have them up. So whenever you want to, go right ahead, buddy.
Yeah. These are great. So there's a lot of mixed reaction about these. When I was a kid, I did have one of the Micronauts figures that came in those Egyptian coffins. So I do have a bit of a nostalgic connection to this. But San Diego Comic-Con is going to be having these Micronauts exclusives, which are basically redone figs. That are going to come in a 3-pack with the coffin, with this little accessory set to celebrate the fact that Micronauts is returning to Hasbro. It's going to be part of the cinematic universe. It's going to be part of the Revolution comic series. Apparently, they had a lot on this at licensing show this week, which I wish I could have gone to, but I didn't attend. My boss ended up attending it. And apparently they had a lot to talk about with this, and I think Micronauts is really going to get pushed hard by Hasbro, and this is a great exclusive. This is something I will have to get my hands on, but it is based on those old 1978, 1979 molds. Basically, they were metal, not metal heads, but they were chrome-colored heads, chrome-colored hands, and they came with that little coffin. And this is something I'm going to be all over. The other thing that is a little more disappointing, but it's still what it is, which is Visionaries. And if you scroll down further, so Mighty Mugs we haven't seen in a very, very long time. I'm very surprised, actually, they decided to do Mighty Mugs with this instead of Funko Pop. But what's great about this particular piece is that not only does it harken back to the original Visionaries, it's going to have apparently a working hologram on the chest.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. And actually, it makes sense that they're doing their Mighty Mugs is in-house. Funko Pop is somebody else.
You're right.
And with Pops, you probably couldn't fit that hologram and make it look reasonable.
And,
You're right.
And for the price point of Pops, and also, I don't know if you've seen the paint apps on Pops. Woo! We're better off with the Mighty Mugs.
And the thing of it, too, is that the Mighty Mugs are great for the purposes of being able to display that hologram, which might not display as well on a Pop because the fact that the chest is smaller. So I think it's great. I'm sure we're definitely going to be getting Visionaries figures coming up, but the fact that they are harkening back to the original look for the purpose of this is very exciting to me. I am a big fan of Visionaries. I thought it was way too short-lived. The cartoon was short-lived. The toy line was short-lived. It's a kooky addition to the cinematic universe for Hasbro, but I think it's awesome.
Well, I got to say that first. Well, I got a question to ask first, Alan. Can you tell me a little bit more about Horace and Pete?
Horace and Pete?
Yes.
It sounds familiar, but I'm trying to think about what the context says.
Sorry, it's the advertising on either side of the Visionaries figure. I don't know if it shows up on your end.
I could
tell you. Yes, I do see that. I'm thinking Horace and Pete. That does sound familiar.
Hey, it's got Buscemi, Alan Alda, Louis C.K., Edie Falco, Stephen Wright, and Laurie Metcalf. Wow! Is this a play?
Probably a play, and it's crossing over with Visionaries, who are going to have
crossing over. They might have a panel at San Diego Comic-Con, I guess.
That's the new that's the new Visionaries cast.
Yes.
I love Mighty Mugs. I like them better than Funko Pop. I like what Hasbro's done with it. With a lot of figures, some better than others, but the Indiana Jones I got my uncle is one of the all-time best.
I like the G.I. Joe ones. I thought they did really well. I like the Destro with the chrome head.
Those are the best. The G.I. Joe ones are incredible. Some of the Transformer ones are better than others. I have a San Diego chromed or metallic or shiny Optimus Prime, which is cool, except that they painted Optimus Prime's helmet on the head instead of molding anything. So that's a little annoying that they didn't go out and add extra plastic to it. But getting back to Micronauts, I was too young for Micronauts. I never and when I saw the toys later, I don't like them. They're very it's 19 people. This is 1970s Japanese. Okay,
pretty much.
This is Takara, the same people that created the original Transformers from '84. All right, this was another line that they had. I guess was it Kenner that brought it over?
Yes, Kenner originally had brought this over.
Kenner brought it over, and they had Marvel Comics licensed. They had Marvel Comics licensed a comic book out of it.
Yep.
I loved the comic book designs, and I always thought there was a disconnect between the way they looked and those. It was Bill Batlow who wrote those, right?
That's right.
All right, those were great stories, and they ended up crossing into the Marvel universe. So Micronauts, I do remember Micronauts because of the comic, not so much the toys. But look, for 1970s, this is modern era. This is like the modern era equivalent for what they had in 1970s.
Yeah.
This is amazing, and this is basically where G.I. Joe. Excuse me, I forgot to hit the cough button. This is basically where G.I. Joe got. I imagine Hasbro saw these and they said, because they already were in partnership, and they said, "Wow, we're going to use this type of mold or this type of articulation for 3 3/4-inch figures."
Yeah, and it's really funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jessica Lange is also in Horace and Pete. Oh my God.
All right, I'm stopping everything. I'm going to go see this play.
Yes.
Sorry, Bill. You were saying?
No, I was just I was thinking. I forget they had used certain. I forget what figure line they had used to mold over to come up with the original G.I. Joe concepts. I remember listening to the one book about toy.
That was different. It was basically a toy that they had off the shelf or somebody had at home.
Yeah, no, it was a 3 3/4 though. It was.
Yeah.
I was just thinking Micronauts, but it's not. It was.
It might have been the Buck Rogers, because that's what I was going to say.
No.
This came out around the same time as Buck Rogers.
No, it was an actual Army figure.
Okay.
I think so. Oh no! Wait a minute! No, wait! I am sorry. I'm an ignorant slut. It might have been that Tiger guy from Buck Rogers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I thought kind of sort of was Buck Rogers, because what I was going to say before we brought up Horace and Pete again was that Buck Rogers, I remember, came out around the same time as the Micronauts, and I had a Buck Rogers figure, and I remember thinking after G.I. Joe, I was like, wow, it's so similar to Buck Rogers. It was not swivel arm, it was straight arm, but it was the exact same type of construction. I don't know if it had an O-ring or not, but yeah, and I think I do recall that that's what they used as a prototype.
And ironically, that was the only Buck Rogers figure that I had, the Tiger.
I had Buck Rogers.
No, I didn't have Buck Rogers, but I
had
hated
to glue him back together. That sucker broke in my hands. I played with him so much.
I didn't like those, but I was about 3, 4. You know.
Oh, you dumb you.
I was an adorable little kid. All right. Let's move on. Is this what's next?
If you want to still talk San Diego, yes.
Okay, well, we're back at San Diego, and they are killing me. They do this every year, but I've been getting them every year. I'm going to pay for these because these are absolutely worth it, and they go up in price like crazy.
What are these? You have to explain this to us.
Oh, they can't read my mind?
Can you read my mind?
Marvel, oh, God. Marvel.
Do you know what you do to me?
Alan, if I ever go flying, if I could ever gain the ability to fly, I am picking you up and I'm having you recite those lines to me. For folks that are not in the know, it is a Superman and Lois Lane reference from Superman the movie. When Superman and Lois Lane go on a quote-unquote date. Folks, 2016's Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con 6-inch exclusive is a new pack. They always do packs. Last year, technically, they had 2 packs last year. Alan, you all right?
I'm just looking at Chewbacca Mom, who's apparently decided to make a cameo appearance.
Ah! Well, I'm sharing it. I don't get that. I don't get that image, unfortunately. Well, I gotta say that this right here is a really cool pack. We're getting some great figures. We're getting a Spider-Man, and the pictures are not clear. So
Yeah, they're not.
I don't know what the deal with the Spider-Man is. He might be just the piece of Spider-Man in darker. What it looks like to me, it's the piece of Spider-Man with darker blue.
I think you're right.
The piece of Spider-Man is basically right now the default and best Spider-Man produced for a Marvel Legends line that came out last year. In the Hobgoblin wave, and he came with a slice of pizza. I think it's basically him with a darker hue, but we're getting a Dread Knight. Okay, now that is going into the Marvel handbook. Now that is literally going into the Marvel Universe handbook and picking out an old obscure villain.
Yeah.
Okay, we are getting what I think is our first Marvel Legends Enchantress.
Yes, that's very exciting, actually.
Now, I just noticed something here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, on the bottom, we're going to get our first remake, Hasbro remake of the Sandman in sand colors. So
Nice.
you know what that means. We're going to get him in human colors soon.
Yeah.
All right. But the one that I'm curious about, I don't know if you guys saw, there's going to be a new Spider-Man Marvel Legends coming out late this year. There aren't a lot of images, but some people are picking. There aren't a lot of clear images of it left. But the Build-A-Figure is, you know what? It may not be Abomination. I'm sorry, it's not a Spider-Man.
It's
a Captain. It's a Captain America Civil War wave. I think it might be wave 3 for the end of the year. Okay.
I saw different logos on each package, so it wasn't. Yeah, I don't think it was just
what they do is it includes the civil. It's a Civil War set because it includes the Civil War. What's her name? It's a Captain America set, not so much Civil War, but the Captain America sets have been Civil War, but it does include Wanda, Scarlet Witch from the movie.
Yeah.
But she's the only movie one. I think everybody else is comic book in that line. And the Build-A-Figure in that line, and the reason I'm going into all of this and we're going to all of this is because the Abomination is the Build-A-Figure, and for what I could tell in this picture, you're going to get an Abomination also in this pack.
Yep.
So they're getting a lot of usage out of that Abomination mold. And I think the Abomination is going to be a remold of the Incredible Hulk that they've been using since the first Avenger movie.
Yeah.
Who's this? Who's this guy, Purple Man? What's the deal with this character?
Yo, dude, did you see Jessica Jones?
I was leaving the best for last, and obviously
he's Purple Man.
Yeah.
That is the comic book accurate Purple Man. That right there, even though it's going to be the same body we've seen a million times, that to me is the hot figure of the set.
Oh yeah.
So he's not purple in Jessica Jones. So how the fuck would I know?
Sorry.
I thought you knew he was called the Purple Man.
Let me see, a guy that's all purple.
But not in Jessica Jones, he wasn't.
Yes, because on a TV show, how are you going to walk around New York City all purple?
I'm just saying, I asked who Purple Man was, and you go, you didn't see Jessica Jones? And I'm like, well, I don't know that,
Bill is so anti-fanboy.
Oh.
This is why you gotta feed me. See, now you fed me. Now I know who Purple Man.
But see, the problem is that you have to first open your mouth. So the problem is that you open your mouth before the food is ready. You have to wait for it to be prepared.
I'm here to set the table, bro. I'm not here. I'm here to set the table. And I set the table, and you knock it out of the park.
And thank you. You do a great job setting the table.
I'm doing a horrible job today. You're on a run right now.
You set the hell out of it. Okay? You set the hell out of it. All right? So
we're
done with this. Alan, I'm dying. Before we go to the next thing, can you please tell us what the breaking news is?
Yes. So,
do you need sharing privileges?
I should share this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me get back.
Pedro, I'll present to Alan.
And this gives me a chance to put you guys on mute and eat my chips.
Go take your shit.
Well, Pedro, you might do a spit take when you
chips.
Do this.
Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till Bill is talking.
I thought you said eat shit. My bad.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Yummy.
All right. Do you see this?
No, I still see my infinity screen. Am I still sharing?
Are you
Bill,
you still sharing or what?
Bill,
No.
I see infinity.
It's on you, buddy. You're still sharing. Stop sharing.
There we go.
There you go.
So what? I've seen this before.
You've seen this before?
Joe Jusko art, yeah, so what?
Did you know about the Joe Jusko new Marvel Masterpieces?
Oh, get out of here. What are they doing? What are they doing?
Well, here's the thing. Way back in December of 2014, they announced that Joe Jusko was going to be doing a new Marvel Masterpieces set. It got delayed and delayed and delayed. And then what happened is that I was at work on Friday, and a new guy started at the office who basically has done a lot of work in the comics industry. He's inked Jim Lee. He's good friends with Joe Jusko. He basically knows a lot of people in the business. And we started talking about this, and he's like, oh, yeah, those Marvel Masterpieces, yeah, they're coming out next week.
Really?
They're basically never got solicited. They were not in Diamond for solicitation. They were not in any other magazines or subscription services for solicitation. So these apparently are dropping like a bomb on the trading card industry, and they're coming out apparently next week for any stores that actually got to order them. But here's some close-ups of what some of these cards are going to look like. And Pedro, you know what Marvel Masterpieces are.
I know what they are too.
You do too. Okay, I think we all
Well,
probably all.
I have a bad. I have to admit though, I never got his cards. But
Really?
But I've got plenty of comic books with Jusko covers and art.
Well, we all popped our cherries on trading cards, I think, back in the early 90s when these first came out.
I love them. I love them.
Actually, I popped my cherry even earlier.
Ah, well then.
I used to collect comic images, but the hysteria started with the Marvel Series 1 and X-Men.
Oh, that is true. You're right. I think those did come out before these, so you're right.
Yeah, these came out about 2 years later. This came out in 93, 94.
But these started a new revolution for trading cards that were based on Marvel Comics properties. And what's interesting about these, and this is again part of the news that nobody knew about until literally just like a day or so ago when it was finally made public by Joe. They're going to be very hard to complete. Apparently, what Upper Deck has decided to do is they decide to not be very collector-friendly. Each pack is only going to have 3 cards.
Like most sports card companies at this point.
The problem, however, is that of the 3 cards, one of them is going to be some type of a variant. So the odds of collecting a base set in a box are impossible. Out of the however many... I'm sorry?
Not impossible, just very expensive.
No, they're impossible. You literally will not have enough cards per the number of cards in the set to be able to complete a set in a box.
Alan?
He's confused the living. Oh,
Alan, in 6 to 12 months, if you have a couple of $1,000s, you could buy yourself a complete set.
Yeah, you
if you have a couple $1,000s, yes.
But you mean in one single box? Yes, obviously. Like I said, you can spend a lot of money and complete a set. It'll cost you multiple boxes.
It'll
You'll
cost
probably have to buy a case.
Yeah, it'll cost you. It'll cost you a few thousand. Maybe $1,000. It'll cost you a shitload of money.
Oh, by the way, I might be able to help with that.
With this?
Maybe. I gotta look.
No, I'm not doing it.
Dude, if you could, I'll be all in, because let me tell you something. I went to a couple of comic shops. They did not hear of this, and the reason they didn't hear of it was never in Diamond. And I finally showed them the site and everything, and it was just finally announced. It's like, oh yeah, out of nowhere, this thing's getting solicited for next week, which is unheard of in trading card industry, because normally you know months in advance when these things are coming out.
There is a local trading card wholesaler that I have dealt with in the past that I could look back into if I need to. So.
Oh, I would appreciate it if you could, because this to me is a big thing.
Yes, Alan would fill your holes.
Yeah, and it's a big thing for a lot of guys who like this stuff too, because there hasn't been anything like this in a long time. Joe Jusko has not done a prolific amount of work like this in a very long time. He's actually going to be at the San Francisco Comic-Con in September. I'm hoping to meet him in person. Yeah, so I just want to announce that, add it, because I think it's something very important to the industry, and it's really, again, nobody was expecting these to fall next week, but they are, and so here we are.
Well, I'm definitely whelmed by that news break.
Well,
You're whelmed. Okay.
Yes, very good.
So,
I bet you'd be more excited, Pedro. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we've talked about this. No, I'm just breaking, busting your chops. I stopped collecting when they went into this whole masterpiece, super expensive and stuff, and stuff. To me, and I have a confession to make. If it was an Alex Ross line,
we already knew. Oh, I mean,
yeah, my Alex Ross is my painter,
Mm.
and of course he does DC, but his Marvel stuff. I wish I had kept it, but I remember there was an issue in 1996, maybe 95, of Wizard, where you got a double-sided poster or two posters, and on one side was Alex Ross painting the Marvel characters of the original Marvel universe from 62 to 65 in their classic look but photorealistic, and on the other side the heroes. Again, from 62 to 65. All right, where the pantheon they had then, but that photorealistic style. Jusko, his art is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. I was never into the cards, and I kind of got out of the cards at that point.
Wow. Okay.
The last card set I got, I'm pretty sure the last card set I got was either that first Batman set after DC got the rights back from Topps, or the first Valiant. Or that first Valiant set.
Yeah.
Those were the last two cards. So I guess 93.
Okay. Well, yeah, Bill. I mean, if you do know somebody who might be able to get a box of those things, let me know. I'm all in. I'm hunting as we speak. I'm going to try to contact a few people because again, the problem is that nobody ordered these, and so the idea is that they're going to be very scarce. They're going to be very scarce because nobody's ordered them. They're going to be very hard to obtain, and apparently they're going to be very expensive because Upper Deck is charging a premium for them. So
that blows. That really blows.
It does.
A lot of collectors are upset about it.
But that's what trading cards are nowadays. It's 3 per pack, $12, $15, $20 a pack, and infinite amounts of cases in order to complete a set.
I mean, and I'll be honest with you. If I could easily get a set, a base set, I would definitely get it. But what turns me off is the price gouging with the with 3 cards, and it's gonna that 3 cards. How much is it's got to be like what we're talking about, over $1 per card.
Well, the idea is apparently the retail for the box is going to be $120 or higher.
And how many packs?
Now, how many packs? I'm not exactly sure. I don't think that's been publicized just yet.
It's not going to be a lot. And you're talking way more than $1 a card. They'll probably be like $6 a pack or $10.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what's ridiculous.
Maybe $4.95. Maybe $4.95 a pack.
Yeah, I mean, I buy more sports cards nowadays than I do. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's why I'm not. I just, they're not making it easy for me. They're not.
They're not, and I'm you know me. I'm stupid. Even if they make it hard for me, if I want it, I want it. I mean, and I want these. Yeah. But it's funny. I would not have known about it at all if I didn't start talking to this guy who knows Joe personally. I would have had no idea. So.
And knowing the battle.
But unfortunately, the information didn't really help you out.
Well, it helped me out in the sense that I'm now just hunting, and now that I know they're coming out next week, we'll see what can happen.
Oh, okay, so you won't be surprised by gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
So, can I tell my story about the figure I missed out on?
So
now that
another Uncle Bill story?
It's Bill Rant time.
Yeah,
This Bill Rant is brought to you by Snickers.
Complainer. So now that I missed out on Deadpool, thank you, Alan. Jesus.
I thought I posted in our board, man. I'm sorry.
So I missed out on Deadpool, so this is now the second one I want to say in a week. Yeah, this week, right? I believe earlier this week, or was it last week? Anyway.
Deadpool was last week, but yeah.
Okay, so Filmation Skeletor. I get the message. Hey, Bill, heads up, 15 minutes. It's going on sale. Boom! I start like panicking. I'm on the cell phone. I'm at work. No access to a computer. I'm bugging out. I can't. was suggested to buy something in the cart or put something in the cart, and then all the info would be there. I literally had to check out an item in order for me to add my credit card info because it wouldn't let me pull up my account on the. I made the account, and it wouldn't let me pull it up on the mobile site. I don't know even if you could do it on a regular site. I've never been on a regular site. So, put in my credit card information. I'm like, screw it, I'll buy this item so my credit card information stays logged in. So I do that. Something I would want, but not at the price. Time's ticking. I'm refreshing. Boom, he's on sale. I throw 3 Skeletor, Filmation Skeletors into my cart, head over there, I hit the CAPTCHA, send. Error. I forgot to check the damn box, and I forgot I had to put the code from the card. So I'm panicking. Now I'm panicking. I tried to send twice, I believe, before I caught that. Then I realized I checked the box, did the thing, redid the CAPTCHA, send, error. Send, error, send, error, send, error. I must have sent like 5 separate times after the initial 2. Sold out. 6 times, sold out. I said, you got to be effing kidding me, man. I said, sold out. I went through all this. Ends up, I get a call from the credit card company. As soon as I seen that, I was like, okay. I missed the call. I couldn't take the call at the time, so I call them back. They literally declined the charges because of suspicious activity because I had purchased that item 5 minutes earlier, so I had my credit card info on file with them. So they declined my 2 separate transactions. So I had time to input 2 separate transactions, and I would have had my Skeletors.
Wow. And you would have hooked me up with one, right?
Yes, and anyway, that's a whole nother story.
What? Where's the love?
My goddamn credit card company jerked me, man.
Yeah, that is rough. I'd be pulling my hairs out. And Alan, thank you for the heads up on the Skeletor. I appreciate that too.
I needed the Snickers, by the way. I needed a whole.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. When that thing went on sale, that was a bad day. Actually, I was.
Bill, it wasn't for. I mean, it was a bad. But Bill found out about it 15 minutes prior.
It was a
bad day. I apologize. Also, what, Pedro? I thought you were subscribed to that.
No, I don't have any of them. I'm seriously considering. Eddie, and I don't even know if they're still available. Eddie put a link up for this store site that I've never heard of. They actually had like 2 Skeletors and maybe about 4 Trapjaws, but it would and the first time you shop they give you like 10% off for like $104, $115. And it covers shipping. I would have gotten both, but I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna spend $55 on each.
I ended up spending double on one, which I guess ain't bad, but
no, because
I got subbed.
Considering the previous option, it's bad, but which ain't bad overall. But again, I have that same link, but I had got it on a Facebook group after I had reached out.
I just realized we didn't explain what we're talking about. We're talking about the Mattel's Matty Collector He-Man subscription for Filmation, basically the original cartoon likeness of the He-Man figures.
I said it earlier, yeah.
You said it earlier? Okay.
But yeah, in addition to, and Pedro, I'm sorry to warn you about it. I think part of it was it was a bad day that day when it went up, but also I had no notification because I'm not subscribed to it either. I ended up ordering mine off BBTS a while back because I never got the full run, so I don't even remember if I saw the thing go up.
Did you get, and you're lucky you caught those on BBTS. So you got He-Man and Trapjaw as well?
Yeah.
Oh, you lucky SOB.
I didn't get Evil Seed, I didn't get Clawful, I decided not to order those. I don't need every one of them, but yeah.
Pedro, I got it from that site. I had reached out on one of the groups, and somebody had linked me to that site before.
So that means it's no long, so that means you got the one I was gonna get. Actually, I wasn't gonna get it.
They had 3 up, 3 for sale. So.
Oh, okay. So that when you went up, there was 2.
10% off.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Well, we learned a lesson here every time.
That was eventful. My goddamn credit card company. I really just.
They ruined it. Wow.
Just killed me, man.
That happened to me one time. I don't know if I ever told you that story. One time, I ordered a few things off Marauder John's site, and I should have combined it all in one order, and I didn't. I think through like 2 or 3 orders, and the credit card declined. They're like, "We see you basically making these multiple orders in one place. We were suspicious."
Kill me.
And it's a whatchamacallit. It's a defense mechanism. It's a protection mechanism.
It's what they're doing today.
Oh,
They're doing that a lot.
They protected me all right. Now I have to pay double for the goddamn item. They really protected me. Thank you. I'm so happy I had to pay double for an item. I guess I'm lucky I'm only paying double technically at this point, right?
Well, yeah, and Maddie didn't help because, Maddie is like...
Yeah.
They're just, yeah.
The problem is Maddie's site, on at least on mobile, I didn't try even afterward on their desktop version, but I mean their site's awful. Like I couldn't find an account. There was literally no button for a cart.
Welcome to my life since 2008.
Right, and it's like for me to put my credit card info without having, and it's sold out in like 3, 4, 5 minutes. So I didn't want to have to type in my entire credit card information. And go that route. So I literally did the stupid thing and bought an item. I was willing to pay $30 for that item that I kind of don't want, or I wouldn't have bought, but I was like, whatever, I'll get the Skeletors. I want one. I could always sell one and get money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is. I'm just, that whole scenario. It's been a nice long week and a half, 2 weeks of activation with that. I did try in one of the groups. A guy raffled one, $5 each, 20 people, and I was like, "Fuck it, $5." I tossed $5.
Wow,
that's a good raffle.
I missed by 2 spots. 2 guys ahead of me. Well, the second guy ahead of me got it. But it was worth a shot. He's going to do Scare Glow, by the way, so you guys know I want that one.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Scare Glow, and I think you may have heard me mention before, if you're going to get a Scare Glow and you're going to get it loose, make sure he comes with that key, because that key is freaking tough to get.
Yeah, no, I definitely will make sure on that. But, yeah, that's my story. So now Deadpool's number 2 in 2 weeks. Thank you. I really want that Deadpool, so I'm going to find a way to get that.
Yeah, you're going to find him. You'll be... Well... Deadpool is very popular. He's very popular, but you got to be on the prowl.
And frankly, I think when BBTS gets him in, he's going to be listed as in stock. He won't be out of stock anymore. And also, comic shops, Bill, should all be getting these figures in. So I think you'll probably be able to find this at a Midtown Comics or at a Japanese hobby shop. I don't think they're going to be that hard to get.
That's a good call. I'll hit stab.
Wait. It's Deadpool.
Yeah.
It's Deadpool, and they don't make as many of these as they make Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader.
I'm trying to give Bill some hope here.
Don't sleep on it. No, I think he'll find it, but don't sleep on it.
If I can't find it online, I could always ask Stav to hook me up if he goes to Midtown because he's over there constantly. So.
Yeah. Midtown, and I would say Midtown would be very difficult to find, but. Maybe not.
He knows some people over there, so maybe not. And he has the other spot he hits too. I forget which one it is. So maybe he knows a guy or two.
Yeah.
Stav, I hope you're listening. Hook me up, bro. So what's next on the agenda, man? I had to get that Skeletor story off my chest. I'm still very, very pissed. I'm like literally pissed off. I need some Snickers after the show because of this. It's just bringing old wounds.
Well, I thought I'd do a little Transformers roundup. I've got one thing that's not here, which I'm really excited about. But let me go right ahead and share.
We get to the Game of Thrones, son.
Oh no Game of Thrones. Zip.
What
you haven't seen it?
No, I have seen it, but tomorrow is the final. I want to erase it from my mind.
What? No.
I want to go into
Battle of the Bastards, bro. What kind of nonsense is that?
Did you have a problem with the Battle of the Bastards?
No, it was fucking. It was mind blowing.
Oh yeah, man.
I have to talk that
By
over.
the way, I have to ask one question before we go into this. Did you guys know the whole World of Warcraft story with Leroy Jenkins, right?
No.
What did you just say? I heard World of Warcraft Levi Joy Jenkins. What?
World of Warcraft. Have you ever heard of the legend of Leroy Jenkins?
No.
Oh, crap. All right, you won't get the joke then, but we'll have to talk about this later on.
I was going to say, tell it anyway. No. Well, it looks like, and this totally makes sense, that Hasbro is re-releasing for the fourth time, between Hasbro and Takara, the fourth time, Unicron, part of their Platinum series, which kind of makes sense. I have the Amazon exclusive, which I love. I also have the Takara version, which I love. I also recently got the black and green version, and I have the original version, and I have a second of the original version because somebody gave it to me because it was missing a piece.
Well, you might as well complete the trifecta, or the quadfecta, or the quintuple fecta.
Complete the ass raping, basically. Complete the ass raping. The wallet loss, you know?
I gotta say though, it says that Robot Kingdom. Now, Robot Kingdom is an importer from Hong Kong, Japan, China, somewhere overseas. They charge you $129.99, so this is gonna be expensive, man.
Yeah,
that's gonna be expensive because that's the price without their shipping, and they usually lower the base price because they're taking into effect the shipping that people in the West are gonna have to pay. So I'm not that. It's got to be mind-blowing to have to finish it, to get it. Now, I do find that with all of these with almost all of these Platinum editions, you wait about a year. All right, or not even a year, because I think some that came out earlier this year already discounted on Amazon, heavily discounted.
Amazon. Maybe I'll find the Deadpool on Amazon. Good call.
They'll check it out, but those resellers try to rape.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I kind of want this only because it's going to come with that little Kranix, which is great. But I don't know. I already do have one. I do have the Takara one, I believe. And it's like I don't know if I can get another one of these.
Who's Kranix again?
He's the one who gets eaten. Well, his planet gets destroyed by Unicron at the beginning. He's the one who gets tried in the movie and gets sent to the Sharkticons.
Okay, this is really lame. So basically, the little sphere Minicon that he originally came with is going to have Kranix-like colors, but look nothing like Kranix.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I got to get that too.
Oh boy.
All right, and that's just the regular site. Don't need that.
By the way, I want to give a shout out. I'm sorry, before we continue with this, because speaking of cracks and speaking of Transformers the movie, a good friend of mine, Livio Romandelli, who's an artist for IDW, he did the art for the steelbook case of the 30th anniversary for Transformers
first of all,
movie.
what? Oh, you know what? Thank you so much. I was leaving that for my last thing on Transformers, and you took it away from me.
I didn't see that on the agenda.
You took it away from me.
He said the same thing earlier. It's not. I saw something, the statue, and is that what you were talking about? No, right?
I didn't know you were going to bring this up.
Yes, I just pre-ordered this. So you know the person that did this art?
Yes. So Livio Romandelli, he's an artist at IDW. He does a lot of Transformers variant covers and interior art for Combiner Wars. I'm actually seeing him and his girlfriend on August 6th. We're going to hang out. He's a cool guy. He basically got commissioned for this. He was really honored to do it. This is going to be a steel case version. It's finally going to be Blu-ray for this movie, which we've been waiting a long, long-ass time for. So, yeah, I'm excited to get this thing.
This is a gorgeous cover. He did a magnificent job. Love the steel case. I love how the side that opens is so rounded.
Yeah.
That is really cool. And folks, it's a little pricey. I hope that the price will drop before it comes out. But because Amazon does that a lot, but it is available for pre-order at Amazon.
Yep.
All right, $35. Oh damn! But I've seen Amazon do that. They put something for a price. It's like the retail price, but when it's released and it's supposed to be the 13th of September, then they'll drop it, and whatever discount, you're guaranteed whatever the lowest price is once you pre-order.
Exactly.
But this was a no-brainer to pre-order. No brainer. So I guess then and I got one trip. I got one third-party announcement here, and it's just killing me. I was all set that my masterpiece third-party Blitzwing was going to be the DX9 because everything I've seen for it looks great. There have been some reviews of test shots, and it looks great. Well, our boys at Fan Toys have done it again.
Nice.
They are producing now. This is a very now. Obviously, this is a digital render now, but this is very simplistic, and I kind of like it. All right, I kind of like it. Has a very G1 toy aesthetic, and that it's very simple. Okay, I like how it's blocks. It's not a 1,000,001 pieces. This could be it. I'm gonna have to wait and see. So now I'm gonna hold back and wait to see which one to pick up. Fans Toys always has. Fans Toys is just great. They have such incredible quality. All right.
Yeah.
I saw the play mode. The tank mode is delicious.
Yeah.
Look at this tank mode. I mean, this
Very
tank mode is almost perfect. I'm sorry, Bill?
Very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, this thing is absolutely on. This is a better tank mode. Well, masterpieces usually are, and for one alternate form or another, it's better than the original. At least from this render, it's better than the original Blitzwing tank mode. All right, and it still has the cockpit like in the original one, but this tank is official. All right.
Yeah.
All right, and what's cool is you can add his gun to the top, whatever. But that gun is very G1. I'm pretty sure that's very close to his original gun.
I think so too.
This plane mode is again, all right, blocky, right? You see how it's blocky?
Yeah.
That's the original toy.
Exactly.
Now, he's a triple changer?
Yes.
He's one of the two triple changes. He's one of the two original triple changes. It was Blitzwing and Astro Train.
As a triple changer, I don't think you could get any more flawless than those two modes.
Absolutely.
So to be able to turn something into a plane and a tank that basically look legitimately like planes and tanks, that's incredible.
And to still carry over the original toy aesthetic. Now, I will tell you this: I have no idea. This might be like the original, slightly parts foaming. Right, Alan, correct me if I'm wrong. In the original, you could take the turret off the figure, right?
I believe so, yep.
Okay, because this one, like, where did the turret go? I have a feeling that the turret was taken off. I got to find out, because the turret right now is hanging on his back in robot form, and that's right out of the original.
Parts former, you call him?
Well,
Parts former.
Yes. Any transformer that requires you to take pieces that were not part in one form to add it to his next form is a parts former.
Scare Glow raffle is a go, fellas. Woo!
Good for you.
Yeah,
Oh, good for you.
Okay, so I'm gonna be curious as to what the hell they did with the turret, but ooh boy. Well, KFC is also. Keys Fantasy Toys is also doing. I mean, geez, and here's the thing that I've heard a lot of people say: when this is the third solicited or the third shown.
AFC does chicken right. I mean, Transformers.
Blitzwing, and sometimes if multiple third-party companies are doing the same figure, it usually means that. Takara is right around the corner and doing a masterpiece of it. That happens all the time, and it happened with Inferno. I mean, and a recent example was Inferno. There are about 3 or 4 different companies that did Inferno, and of course Takara came out with Inferno.
Well, I hope you're right, because Galvatron's coming up.
Yes, Galvatron I can see them doing, but I have this. There's a lot of engineering with a triple changer. And this one I don't feel too bad going on a limb and picking the right one, because I just don't see Takara branching out into triple changers. They've got they still haven't done Jazz.
Yeah.
All right, now people are saying that it could be a problem that they don't have the right, that Porsche isn't helping them get the rights. So that could be so maybe that's it.
They're having a lot of problems getting some rights to some of the vehicles, so.
Yeah, so that could be it. Okay, and then, all right, so who's the Street Fighter fan?
You know what? I'm a big Street Fighter fan. I haven't really bought toys in the past of it, but I thought this was a good thing to talk about because Storm Collectibles is really knocking a lot of stuff out of the park. Most of what they do is a lot larger in scale, but this is a gorgeous piece. This is
1/12, I think it's roughly 6 inches. And this is gorgeous.
This is beautiful. And if they're doing a whole line of this, I mean, again, it's not something I'm going to buy. I don't really buy Street Fighter toys, but this is probably the most beautiful representation of Ryu that I've seen ever in toy form. And look at that. That is straight out of the video game. I mean, I'm just saying to myself, Hadouken! As soon as I see that.
They have color effects with 2 different colors. I don't know if that's a variation or not, but he's got such incredible articulation that he could hold that blast and it looks straight out of the video game. And I love that he's chunky. That they make these figures really bulky.
You know, I think they add a little flair to them because those hands look extra large.
Oh, Storm Collectibles is into the Asian stuff. Okay. Here's their Bruce Lee.
Is Storm the one that did the Mike Tyson stuff?
Yes, and Hulk Hogan.
Listen, that Mike Tyson, those Mike Tyson figures are incredible.
They're impossible to find now. They are, They also do the Hulk Hogan. They've done Michael Jordan. There's the Hogan.
Oh, this is the Hogan. Oh,
yeah, the Hogan is bigger. This is bigger.
Wow.
This is 4'6", but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is Bill's favorite wrestler.
The worst. I hate him.
Woo! Go down to that last picture, Pedro, on the Hogan.
Mike Tyson, dude.
See that again? Alan, see that again?
I was going to say on the Hogan, if you go to that last picture, you get to see the types of accessories these things come with.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
oh my God. And he's bald. That's awesome.
He's bald. He's got different boots. He's got different shirts.
He's got the boas or whatever they're called. 2 sets of sunglasses. He's got wristbands. 2 sets of wristbands.
Rippable shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, these are great. Wow. I would have picked this up. The reason I haven't is because not only am I trying not to buy too many of this stuff anymore, I would have waited till they make a more classic version, like more 80s version. That's more of a current version.
Mike Tyson, man.
Oh, the Tyson's beautiful.
At last year's New York Comic Con, and that thing is incredible. I like that the joints are hidden, so it must be like like a rubber.
Yeah, it is. The only thing is that while it's cool, it's difficult to get them into superposes. But oh my God, that is incredible. You're not going to get more than this, which is a little over 90 degrees. But what's really incredible in the quality that I see here is that when you have a rubbo endoskeleton, it usually bunches up when you bend the articulation points. This here is seamless.
Yeah. It's beautiful. This company is putting out some amazing things. But as you can see, I mean, they're very expensive.
That price, man. Yeah. Do you have the other Tyson? I had put pictures on our website last year, but
yeah.
The other Tyson.
The one that sold out. This one.
Oh, that thing is incredible. That's young Mike Tyson. Look at the black trunks.
Yeah. That's what I like to call my Mike Tyson's Punch-Out Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He looks like he's straight out of the video game.
I love the sweatsuit. You know, that's awesome.
Oh, I mean, that's all you. That's you right there.
Yeah, the sweat.
Look at this. You can get them barefoot. I mean, this is. You're right.
The sweatsuit. Nobody knows this. We're going to reveal this right here. That sweatsuit is actually a special inclusion for the eventual Storm Collectibles Bill Singh action figure.
Yes.
If you want to complete your Bill Singh action figure, you got to get that Tyson figure to get that sweatsuit.
Interchangeable sweatsuit with the Bill Singh.
So this is really nice.
And I gotta say, for 112 scale, $55 for a figure like that, I think that's a damn good price.
Look at the Hadouken pose there.
The one we saw before.
Yeah. Is it
and
me?
Then if you go to the last picture,
you know what I mean, or is it just me?
Say that again.
The fingers and the toe and the feet and stuff look extra large. Is it supposed to be?
That's the style.
That's the style. It's
That's
the same
style
thing.
of the character in the video game.
It's the same thing with the hands. It's the same thing with the hands. The whole proportion of him is this big, beefy including those big hands. And part of what you're seeing too is because of the articulation. So the foot is separate from the lower leg.
Yep.
All right. So it has some kind of swivel peg, so that you can always plant his foot and turn it around and whatnot. But that is.
And that last picture, man. I love it.
Do that again.
That is uncanny.
Hey, you
unfriggin' canny.
You need a clear plastic stand to hold them up, though. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, he's biting it. Glenn is biting it shortly.
Well, we don't know that still, but
we don't know that still,
no.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they surprise us.
I don't want to ruin the comics for you, but okay.
This action figure set kind of ruins the comics, so spoilers to anybody who ever read the comics. This action figure set kind of ruins it.
How does it ruin it?
Lucille meets Glenn. That's
but he's not butchered.
Yeah, but it comes with an exclusive. Did you read what the exclusive is?
Oh no, I see it now.
Yeah, that kind of tells the story.
Oh, okay, you're right. It says it right here in the top left.
Dude, now.
Wow.
There should have been like a big cover saying "spoiler alert," but no, it's pretty much assumed that you know at this point when you're buying this thing.
I really need that, man. Hey, a little side note here. A little side note here. Where I was working, I saw a comic book shop earlier in the week. So later in the week, I hit it when I had some time, and I walk in, and this girl, she had to be like maybe 11. She's with her dad, and she walks up. Hey, is this book caught up with the TV show? So I just was like, I assumed Walking Dead. So I look over at the cover, Walking Dead. She's like 11. She's into it. She's ready to read the comics and everything.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's what's up. And her dad's letting her do it. So I'm like, that's what's up. So anyway, a little side note there.
Thank you for the enlightening story.
Yeah, no problem.
Speaking of the comics, you'll see that this has a black and white version if you want to get it that looks like the comics.
No.
That's pretty cool.
Alan, you mean this one? You mean this one, Alan?
Yeah.
Are these what are these exclusives for? Anything or just?
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't really say.
It just says exclusive 2-pack. I would, going on a limb, I would say online exclusive. Like this won't be in stores.
Oh yeah, that could be true. Yeah.
I love the fact that you got a smashed Glenn head. That's cool, but $60, probably not.
Yeah, $60, $30 a figure.
That is really on point, and
yeah, he is on point. He looks gorgeous.
He looks just like the comics, but the Glenn, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've seen Glenn.
I don't know the comics, so I can't help you there.
I think he's pretty close to the comics look. I mean, he's very generic looking in the comics. So
yeah, you're right. A lot of them are. A lot of them really are.
That's the art style.
Yeah.
All right. So that's okay for that's it for the toy sharing for me at least. Unless I missed something.
Well, there's a few other things. I don't know if you want to go into them.
Sure.
What time is it?
It's almost 11 o'clock your time.
Oh, not bad. It's only been 3 hours.
Has it?
I don't know. It's been good. It's been one continuous motion.
2.5.
All right, I got to get off soon.
Oh God.
So you guys might be able to. You guys can do the TV shows.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's finish with you then with the Deadshot. How's that? Deal?
Yeah.
You're the DC guy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
MAFEX Suicide Squad Deadshot. You got that? Who's got it? No.
I got it. That's. First of all, MAFEX. Now that's a direct competitor. Am I presenting?
Yep.
MAFEX is a Japanese direct competitor for Revoltech.
You're not sharing, but you're.
Oh, I'm not sharing.
I'm presenting you, but you're not sharing.
Maybe that's it.
Technical difficulties. Joe-Con style.
There we go.
Hey, he had technical difficulties.
Okay, now this right here.
But at least he sat in the front.
I did sit in the front.
Alan sits in the goddamn back of the room.
I sat in the front. I was in the back one time because I was with somebody else, but I sat in the front for that first presentation.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
Alrighty, let's see it.
This
All
is
right.
beautiful.
This is okay. MAFEX and Figure Arts, to me, are a little bit better than Revoltech. They have their the Revoltech sculpting is a little more Japanesey. What I like to call Japanese. It's a little more anime, a little thicker. These guys do incredible sculpting. Okay. Again, they have their own flavor and style for the articulation, but this right here is it's an incredible feat in sculpting and paint apps. I mean, look at all these accessories. I wouldn't be surprised if all of those magazines are removable.
I wasn't gonna add it, and then I started looking. I'm like, this is pretty badass, you know.
It is.
I know everybody's kind of up in arms about Will Smith playing Deadshot. Me more so because I'm just not a Will Smith fan in those terms. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith, I love, but you know.
I'm gonna tell you. You know what I like about this? It doesn't really look like Will Smith.
Yeah, I think it does, man. In my opinion,
It a little bit, but it's not.
It looks like a younger version of him, actually. Believe it or not.
I agree with Bill. It does look like a younger version of Will Smith. It doesn't look like him today.
I don't know. I don't even think. To me, it's not that Will Smith looking.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I don't like the mask.
No, I thought that was pretty cool, man.
I don't know. There's something off with this mask, and I've seen it in other places, and I like it. But this is an incredible figure.
Yeah.
And
Does
I get it.
Breakout shot of all the pieces that come with it.
No, it does not. This was just this was just announced, but I can't. I gotta believe that that these
magazines and stuff.
the magazines come out because
Probably
the way.
that question.
I mean, because they're different colors, and that's a lot of that's going through a lot of paint apps.
Yeah. I'm
Versus-
surprised for a 6-inch too, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys! You guys have missed out on what they've done with Marvel and DC figures
okay.
and Star Wars.
What's 6,264 yen? What is that equaling, like American dollars?
I don't know. Before, after the Brexit,
Let's go to the exchange rate.
because I know that too. I know the Nikkei took a dive.
Hey, listen, I'm hoping the pound keeps diving because then I'll be all over Joe European exclusives.
I know, me too.
Yeah, we all need to take a trip actually to the UK and get in on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Awkward silence. No? Are you guys
No, not really, not really.
there? I'm just curious if you're still with us.
I'm still here. Aren't you looking for something? Oh, I'm waiting for the exchange rate.
I'm looking for the exchange rate, but hey, I mean, feel free to keep up a little conversation.
Oh, geez. How could I forget
We
this?
can't walk and chew gum at the same time, you know. We just can't do that.
Hey, this show just went off the rails.
Okay, this is something we definitely
$61.
should talk about. What is it?
$61 about.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there you
gonna
go.
be- It's
Not
going to
the
be
price
more,
to double tech.
it's going to go more. It's going to be a little more expensive at the retailers here. That price is if you live in Japan. Once you add shipping to it, it's going to go up.
Right, that's true. Oh, how did we miss this? You're right. How the hell did we miss
I'm excited about
Combiner
this.
Wars?
Combiner Wars cartoon press release.
Woo!
We're finally going to get hopefully a. Well, I mean, you know what? Transformers Prime was good. Not necessarily our cup of tea, but I've saw a few episodes and I thought it was well done. It's just that I'm not crazy about the slow pace of that animation. But
Yeah.
we only have this image of Starscream. But it's
Pretty sweet.
It's a mighty good image of Starscream.
Yeah.
If this is the style and aesthetic they're going for.
It looks vintage as shit to me, so.
It does, but it also, what really impresses me about it too, and the other images that speak to this as well, it looks a lot like how the IDW art style is today. So it looks like they're going for a mix of IDW and vintage.
Absolutely. It's the good IDW art. Combiner Wars was their story. I don't know if they're going to follow the comic or not. All right, but or how closely they are or not. I know in the comic, Starscream did not have this this body, at least not in the beginning. I don't know if he got it later.
Right.
All right, but this is something that's going to be really cool, and I think right now we are in a great. We're seeing a small renaissance of great animation.
What's the date that they're talking?
The what?
What's the date that they're talking? Did they list it?
It's going to be launching. Wow, June 28th. No, that can't be right.
That can't be that quickly.
Included among the reveals will be the announcement of Transformers Combiner Wars Prelude series launching June 28th.
Oh, okay. So that's something different.
Yeah. But no, it's not different. A prelude, it means it's a build-up to it.
Right.
But I'm wondering
so,
when, yeah.
But not the official series, but maybe they're trying to test the waters. Maybe that's how they're doing it. So we have to watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be on YouTube for everybody out there. June 28th it'll launch. The prelude will launch.
YouTube, Facebook, and something called Gay 90. No, Go 90.
Whoa, easy.
Starting with Bill now.
Whoa, we're gay friendly here. Calm down.
Okay, that's very cool, and that's.
But this looks good.
This looks good. It's Transformers, so I imagine it's going to get decent hits. I mean, I would hope it gets decent hits.
I don't see anything with actual future dates either here for the actual show itself. So I think it's kind of like letting it out there, and they're actually moving pretty fast with this prelude here. But
yeah,
hopefully that means it'll come sooner than later, even though they didn't announce it.
Yeah, and if you have a subscription to Netflix, or if you don't, you can always join right now for a free month. You gotta watch Voltron Legendary Defender. I haven't watched it all. I only started watching it, but for what I've seen so far has made my mouth drop. It's by the same people. I don't know about you guys, but a friend of mine had me watch a whole bunch of Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoon from Nickelodeon. It was a brilliant show.
My buddy Joe loves it. He watches it with his daughter.
But let me tell you, that show, and from what I hear, the follow-up, which is Korra, The Legend of Korra, we're talking about adult type of scripting and writing with incredible dialogue, and they're not just self-contained 30-minute cartoons where the same shit happens over and over again. It is a story that has a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
All right. Characters that change allegiances, characters that change. It was an amazing. I thought it was. I didn't want to sit through the whole thing, so I sat with my friend and I saw some of the beginning ones, some of the middle ones, and the end. And some of the characters I couldn't recognize. Some of the characters like, oh wow, look what they did with them. But it's a fully realized world and brilliantly done. These same people are doing Voltron, and they're putting the same pizzazz that they put into those last two shows into this. I
watched the first episode, so it was pretty good, man. I
saw the first couple.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta say, we always complain that we don't get the shows that they don't give us versions of the shows that we want, and that they make too many changes or this or that. It's not the same as the original, and I'm gonna tell you, it's better than the original. And every episode does not end with Voltron, creating blazing sword and cutting a monster in half. Okay, we're not dealing with that. It actually has a complex storytelling, and the characters are dead on to the characters that we knew. But
well,
okay, yeah, I know. These are the characters. These are the characters that we know. Whether they change a gender or the skin color, it's still the same characters. All right,
yes.
but expanded on.
Yes.
Okay, because it is Hunk. It is Lance. It's a cooler version of Keith.
Yep.
There were some other things, and there's a new character. But as somebody that idolized Voltron growing up, to me, this is the perfect place to pick it up in the future.
Yeah.
And F is for family as well.
What's up?
And F is for family on Netflix.
Absolutely. And I gotta tell you, I cannot wait.
The cartoon.
I cannot wait for the toy of this Voltron.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty good.
And I don't want a crappy one. I want a high end. I could take the lions apart.
Yeah.
Okay, put Voltron, and I want to put him in the same pose that we have on the screen here, crouching with his arms back, ready to attack.
Hey,
Yeah.
did I read? Or was it just me browsing over, not really understanding what was being said? That this might be like a one-off series, like just the first season.
No, no.
I thought in the chat I thought Gil had maybe said something like that.
Okay, first of all, you got to check that
I know.
source.
I know.
I think it's going to. I think that Netflix puts a lot of money in their productions, and I think it's basically going to come down to how well it does.
Yeah. Like anything else.
Yeah.
Man, I'm getting it.
Wait a minute.
I freeze up. I'm freezing up here. I'm chatting, and you guys are on a whole nother conversation as I'm talking to you. That's hilarious. Internet.
Season two is confirmed.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, season 2 is confirmed.
I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if you heard me because I think I froze.
No,
up.
I did hear you, but it's it's you.
You're just ignoring me. I got you.
Yes, exactly.
I know it was Gil, but hey, I almost didn't say it because of.
Once we heard Gil, we're like, oh yeah.
I know. I almost didn't say it, but I was like, I gotta say. We gotta get to the bottom of this stuff. This is what this show's all about, bringing you that type of information.
And I think that's everything that we have pictures for, isn't it?
I believe so. I thought we had one other thing, but
I got one more thing to share. Not TV show. It's back to toys. It's pretty breathtaking. If you guys want me to present, I'll put it up.
Dented.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. After that build-up, of course.
Let me.
Dun,
Come on.
dun, 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 dun.
All right. Once Infinity is done, I'll put it up.
Oh, is that me? Is that me again?
And actually, Bill chose good timing for this. So.
That's why I did it.
You guys see it?
No, because I'm still sharing, and it's
okay.
crazy. Okay, I think now we're good.
So.
Whoa!
Yeah, Hot Toys has done it again.
Whoa!
My son.
So this is pretty crazy. Han Solo and Chewbacca from Force Awakens. You can either get them as a pair, or you could buy them separately. Looks pretty damn good.
You turned off the camera, but you didn't mute, so we heard you chew on the chip, man. Oh, man. Error. That Chewbacca's nice, man.
Yeah, the Chewbacca's very nice.
What chip?
I'm sorry, the Pringle. Oh, now you're licking. Now you turn the camera on as you're licking your fingers. And you mute it, right?
Alan, you're telling me that this includes Han Solo in his regular jacket and his and his coat?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I would have thought that they would have sold one from the beginning of the movie and one from the end of the movie.
Yeah. They got to maximize their dollars.
Exactly.
First of all, that head sculpt on Harrison Ford looks better than Harrison Ford.
It does.
Okay? And that Chewie is amazing.
Yeah. They got some good stuff here, good accessories, good upper hands. You got the jacket.
That's hard to do that hair, man. I mean, and to do it in a figure like that and get it right.
Absolutely.
Hey, the problem is, don't mess with it too much because it ends up being nappy and he'll have dreads.
Yeah.
He'll be tangled as fuck and have dreads. He'll be dreads.
Okay, and keep it in room control. Keep it on the room control room. I mean temperature control room. And very importantly, keep it away from humidity.
He'll get fleas. He'll get fleas. He'll be moldy. He'll be Dreadbacca. And
unlike Chewbacca Mom, he's not going to charge you for autographs.
What's that?
Unlike Chewbacca Mom, this Hot Toys figure will not charge you for autographs.
No, but you got to pay for it up front.
Yeah, that looks good though. Definitely looks good.
Yeah.
How much was it? Too bad I don't want to spend $9,000 on.
Oh, it's like $500 for the set, I think, but it's like $250 or so for each figure. So you can either buy them together, or you could buy them separately. I don't know. I don't understand why folks would necessarily buy them separately, but People are people.
Absolutely.
$1,000.
Exactly.
I don't know why I spent $1,000, but this guy wouldn't want to. We're not balling like you there, pal.
Yeah, that's funny.
So-
Why would anybody do that?
So what are we doing? We talking Game of Thrones or what?
Yeah, let's get into Game of Thrones. Let's get into Game of Thrones.
You know, Game of Thrones, and like I said, it's too bad you guys don't know the whole Leroy Jenkins World of Warcraft story, because they did a mockery of it with Game of Thrones, and when you really think about it, if you watch the show and then you watch the meme, you watch the video that makes fun of it, it's like, wow, yeah, Jon Snow is Leroy Jenkins, but probably too long of a story to get into here.
I'll be honest with you. I have a feeling that my life will continue and be just as blessed without knowing that story.
You got it. But no, it was a great episode.
I'm being a jerk. But please, go right ahead.
No, it's fine. It really is just too long to go into, and you have to watch a video. And if we play the video, we'll probably get in trouble for it, so can't do that.
God forbid we promote something and not get smashed with copyright, by the way.
Yeah, so we can't do that.
WWE.
But I do think that every 9th episode of Game of Thrones always has this big battle.
Hard home.
Time out. Before you jump to 9, we still have to talk about 8.
Oh, we didn't talk about 8.
We got to talk about all of it. So we can mix it up. I don't care how we do it, but let's save the battle for near the end of this conversation.
Okay.
First, let's talk like the Hound. Awesome scene when he runs up on those 3 guys and the Brotherhood is about to hang them for their crimes, and he says you're really shit at dying. I don't know if you remember that. No, that was 2 episodes ago, right? Correct?
That was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yes, yeah, because 3 episodes ago he came back. 2 episodes ago was him attacking them, and then
Right. Yep. And I'm sorry, it might have been just before he ran up on them about to hang him. I think when he was killing the 3 guys around the fire, and he tells the one guy, "You're really shit at dying." I thought that line was just an epic line. You know, the guy was sitting there begging for his life, and he's just like, "You're really shit at dying."
No, actually, what he was doing, he was cursing at well, I don't know how you say his real name, Lagrange. I don't know, but the Clegane. Okay,
Clegane.
the Hound. I asked him if he had any final, and if he had any last words, and the guy was just cursing at the Hound, just cursing at him. All right, I think he used the C word.
You're really shit at dying.
And then that's when he was like, "Those are your last words? You're really shit at dying."
That's right. Again, there goes my shit memory coming out. But I noted that line was just, to me, it was classic. You know.
Yeah.
It's just his character.
I thought overall that episode was okay, and it was just one of those, let's move the story along so that we can get to where we are now.
Right.
I mean, to episode 9.
But there was some good. There was other good lines, like Cersei, like when they're like, what do you choose? And she's like, I choose violence. You know, it's another awesome line, and that really like, it kind of had you like, oh.
With whom was she speaking with?
Cersei, when she was against the Sparrows guys.
Oh, when the Sparrows came to get her, and when they came to get her,
right.
Her cousin.
Right, Lancel and
the guys, and yes.
And she's like, I choose violence, and then the Mountain rips off Roderick Strong or whatever, rips off the dude's head. I mean, you know, people are upset too that wasn't on camera. And what was the other death? The Blackfish. You know, apparently he died, and that wasn't on camera. And I could see what they're saying. That's too significant. No, well,
there was a third.
The first one wasn't significant with the Mountain, but you know, the Blackfish is significant. And what's the other one, Alan?
With Arya and the Wake, that was significant.
That's right. That's the other one. I do love that.
That was disappointing to me.
I do love that.
Disappointing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I do love that scene though, where she cuts the candle and it blacks out. That was pretty cool.
I mean, that was the one cool thing of that whole sequence, because it got a little too over the top.
But the reason I could let that pass is because that candle piece makes it it gives you that whole blackout. You can't see it anyway, so it kind of
Yes, no, that I like, and it kind of feels like it's something that she was taught by. It was kind of like she was reverting to her teachings from the fencing guy.
Yeah.
To me, that's something that he would have done.
Right.
All right, it's something very Zorro. It's just something very cool. You know,
Yes.
that was but other than that, I think they had a golden opportunity. I really thought that the waif was going to be Arya.
Right.
I don't get at all now what was the whole point of her going over it and becoming no one, because she's basically going. She's just. I mean,
I think more to come, man. I think.
I need to, because it was a little too. I don't know about you, Alan, but I found it a little too straightforward.
It was very straightforward. It was kind of very un-Game of Thrones like in that regard.
Yes. I thought there was going to be something deeper or important about the actress that she was supposed to kill and didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it would have to mean something. I mean, he sends her to kill an actress who's performing her family's life story at a King's Landing from the recent current events.
Yep.
All right, which is obviously going to affect her. So I'm thinking all of this has to be tied in somewhere, and it's not.
Yeah.
I think there's way more to come. I really, I think they kind of just, I don't know. I guess they wanted to get her to that point by the end of the season, and I feel maybe the next season or whatever, if it ends up 2 more seasons, they'll really like finish that off and tie up those questions for her.
Yeah.
I think there's just a little more to come, and it's just they're not ready. For them to give you all that now, that's like giving away the whole. You know what I mean? I feel like.
Sure.
No, I don't think it's giving it away. You could build. I mean, unless this is going to be a major build-up, but she just got stabbed in the stomach, and she's parkouring through the whole streets.
That's the thing that bothers me
falling.
too.
She falls down a flight of stairs, and all of this and all of that. It seemed to me like this was okay. We've got so much going on. We only got 10 episodes. Let's make it snappy with Arya. It's not for me. It is not Game of Thrones. Like this all bleeds into something. Like talk about Cersei. I choose violence. Well, her son now has taken away, has outlawed. What do you call trial by combat?
Yeah.
All right, there are all these things that happen. Boom, 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 boom. You think the story's going somewhere? It goes somewhere else.
Right.
Arya's story went exactly as any other TV show would have written her, and that's what I had a problem with.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying.
But it can't be redeemed. I hear what you're saying.
Right.
It absolutely can be redeemed.
It might even be redeemed in the next episode. So tomorrow could be telling.
Sure.
Well, I have one thing. Do you think we'll see Sam and the Wildling tomorrow?
I hope so, because
they've been out for 3 episodes now.
I liked where that ended. I really liked that where it ended with him taking the sword and Heartsbane and But I mean, what do you guys think about the Brienne and Jamie dynamic? I really love the dynamic they have.
Oh, it's a beautiful dynamic. It's a brilliant dynamic. They really work it well. I thought what they did with Jamie in that episode when he was talking to Ebbard, was it Ebbard?
Edmure.
Okay, I'll go with what Alan said. All right, that was awesome, Jamie. Now, what I would think would be awesome if it's Jamie that kills Cersei because she goes mad.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation about that actually. That Cersei's going to be the Mad Queen. She's got the wildfire buried under.
She knows about it now.
She knows about it, so I'm actually thinking that they might do something like that too.
The Valancourt, the getting killed by her younger brother, and remember they referenced.
Yes, when she was a little girl and talked to the witch.
And then he came out clutching my foot. Remember, she makes that statement. He came out clutching my foot. So.
Oh, I forgot they're twins.
Right.
Yes.
And by the way, Edmure's a fucking bitch. All right?
Oh, he is.
Oh, he is absolutely. He is absolutely. But you know what? Oh, come on, man. But it's his son that he's never seen.
I'd let my baby's skull get crushed. I've never seen that kid.
Yes, because it's not Uncle Bill who has to support who has to hold River Run.
Yeah, you would. You're
you are Blackfish. You are Blackfish.
I am the goddamn Blackfish. No, I'm kidding. I obviously I would not crush a baby skull. I'm just kidding.
And you know, it's really I just can't wait until the phrase "get theirs." That the red wedding.
Me neither, dude. I've been waiting for that for a long time.
And if we could go and if we I don't know if we're ready to move on to episode 9, but that was a very satisfying conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen, the beginning of that episode, or I'm sorry, the end of that episode 8 with the city being attacked by the ships. I mean, that was an awesome scene. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, you know, people talk about the Battle of the Bastards scene. I mean, that kind of flew under the radar. I didn't hear much about 8, you know, but that final sequence over there in Marine, I mean, that was incredible. I believe it was. I believe it was the final sequence of the show, but I could be wrong.
Which one?
It was.
What was the final sequence?
When the Marines are getting attacked.
Right, when they're attacking the pyramid.
No, that's the beginning of the episode.
No.
That's also ended the other episode because you see Danny showed up right at the end.
Okay, yeah, but let's but not that episode 9 is as good or better. Actually, I would say better than the majority of movies out there, and I'm talking about in quality, and I'm talking, you know. Game of Thrones always had the writing, the scripting, the acting, except for Daenerys, but she's gotten better. She's good this season, okay? Yeah. And you know, and now the special effects, the dragon sequence in the beginning was out of control. That really looked like Daenerys on a dragon.
It did.
This episode to me went full Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I mean, big scale.
It did, because those special effects. You know, if you really look at the other 2 dragons in the background, you don't get as much detail, but they did it really well. They had them far away.
Yes.
All right. So and look, when we first saw the dragons, the animation wasn't that great. All right, but now they've hit a stride. And just that whole sequence, I loved how it was quick, but again, Game of Thrones style, all these things that you didn't expect that were mad cool.
Yeah.
All right.
When Grey Worm kills the two.
Oh no! It's even. Oh, but you gotta sell it. You gotta sell it, Bill. Tyrion gives the 3 masters, who know that the jig is up because Daenerys basically has them. Yep. Okay. He tells them that one of them is going to die, and they have to choose which one to die. So two assholes basically pick the guy in the middle because he's lowborn. The lowborn guy gets on his knees to beg, and that's where what's his name?
Grey Worm.
Grey Worm comes. Oh, how awesome was that?
That was awesome.
And basically, and what I love is that it's because the guy in the middle, the lowerborn one, got on his knees, and basically. That showed that he was with the program.
You know, speaking of Grey Worm, it's like him and Miss Sandy. I mean, it was awesome that they were getting really loose, and then all of a sudden they start getting bombarded. You know, they were finally getting loose and becoming like non-robotic, you know, characters, and then boom, they get Marines getting. I think it was Marine where they're in now. The pyramids getting smashed by flaming trebuchets. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Personally,
I don't want to see that relationship because, how
he can't
frustrating!
Do anything, though.
It's frustrating. It's so sad.
He can't do anything.
But it's not just that; it's just their characters opening up with Tyrion too.
Oh, absolutely! Oh no, those were some of the best things. But I'm going to tell you, Tyrion didn't show up this season until episode 9.
Yeah. Dinklage is amazing, man. That guy.
He's amazing, but I thought the way that show used his character up until 9 was okay, but we didn't get Tyrion moments. All right, this episode 9, we got a Tyrion moment. All right, when Daenerys wanted to go all crazy, he says, "No, I have an alternative," and that's when they go to this quote unquote surrender.
Yeah.
All right, that's what he's good at.
Right.
That's what it's And I think it's some kind of, you can kind of say that it was because of Tyrion's mechanizations in this past season obviously led to the Masters to come and attack them with all their ships, which was perfect because exactly right when Daenerys comes back with a dragon and she could take care of the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it kind of seemed like he messed up, but all's well that ends well, right?
Yeah. So, I guess we can get into the Battle of the Bastards.
The one thing I do want to say about that, besides the obvious, I don't know the actor's name, but whoever plays Ramsay Bolton, he needs an Oscar. He needs a shelf of Oscars for his portrayal just in this episode alone.
At least an Emmy. At least an Emmy for this episode.
An Emmy. Sorry, not an Oscar, an Emmy. He is such a delicious dick.
Whoa.
And he...
Oh my God! Remember when he was toying with Rickon? Every time he would miss, that goofy look he would put on his face.
Just the look on his face in every sequence is masterful.
Brilliant. And Sansa called it. She's like, "Listen, I know him. You don't. Why do you not ask me?" And she said,
I hear what you're saying, but we got to get into that. There are a lot of ins and outs with that.
He likes to play games. Don't fall into. He sets traps. He doesn't fall into them. And then, sure enough, that was his trap.
He emotionally triggers people. He emotionally triggers people to get what he wants.
Right, and it perfectly played into his hands, and John perfectly played into his hands with it. Now, you had something to interject there, Pedro, about Bolton there?
Oh, look, it was a great arc for a character. I unfortunately he's no longer going to come back.
He had to go. I mean,
but
he had to go.
You're right. He did have to go. But I mean, who's going to replace him right now? The only real baddie is Cersei, and she's not really. And I'm going to tell you, Cersei, she's as bad as they come. But personally, I have sympathy for her, especially after what happened. After the walk of shame?
No way, man. No way. She's built up way more than to feel bad for her off of a walk of shame.
And the High Sparrow is still in there. He's an ass. And,
yeah, but he's not a delicious. He's not a delicious villain.
He's not.
No. I just
okay.
Yeah, I want to punch him in his smug face.
You know who I want to punch, by the way? Tolman. What up? I'm not going to say it on this program.
Useless.
No, it's not just he's useless. He is spineless.
What a pussy, right? That's
what. Or wussy. A wussy.
He's just. I hate the look on his face every time they show him. He's just got that look up.
Hey, you know what this is reminding me of right now, Pedro?
Yeah.
He sounds like me railing on G.I. Joe and Hasbro.
No, but it's a good thing, though. It's a good thing. It shows that the actor's doing what he needs to do. That's the point. If you hate characters on this show, it's one thing if you hate them because you think they can't perform well or that their character is just a stupid character. If you hate them because of how they're acting in terms of a character, that means they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yes, absolutely. But you can still hate the character because it's annoying and want him to go. The guy might be doing a great job, but he is he has an archetype that there's no way of liking. All right, you don't like that weak. He's so weak.
Yeah, he is.
And for all intents and purposes, he should be dead.
I think that's going to happen. I think.
No. Wait. We're not remembering. End of season 3 or season 4 when, after losing Joffrey, Cersei is sitting on the throne with Tommen as a smaller child, and she's about to feed him poison from Pycelle.
Yep.
Until she realizes the people that come through the gate are actually friends and not enemies. I don't remember who she thought they were going to be.
What was it, Nightshade or something?
What, the poison?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
I think it was Nightshade.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
So, I mean, jeez, man, there's so much in these episodes, the whole John when John, like you said, when he's shooting those arrows and you're like, he's missing and missing, and he's getting further away, and you're like, God, I know they're gonna kill him, but wouldn't it be great if John just scoops him up right here and then boom, he gets him?
Yeah.
And then John.
Or if the idiot could have run zigzag.
Right. Exactly.
Well, that's what
I was thinking too.
A lot of fans were complaining about that, and so the actor actually posted on Twitter. He's like, "Yeah, it was a nice run. Should hashtag should have zigzagged." So he knew. He knew.
Well, look, the actor knew, but Rickon, after what he had experienced, first of all, he saw the arrows missing, but I can totally see somebody just running straight because they're so scared.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly.
I can see somebody totally doing that. I might have done that, but I did think, maybe if I zigzag, these arrows are coming for me. But anyway, he would have still got him if he was zigzagging.
John goes into the little rage there that Sansa said he would want him to get into, and I really like what John, like, I love John's mentality there. He's like, fuck this, I don't know, like, if I felt like John he's come out of that ho-hum doldrum he was in after he got resurrected, you know what I mean?
Well, kinda, but he's still clueless. And you gotta.
He's still clueless, and he's still,
I would say the thing about John is that he's still
young. That's what I told Alan.
No. Actually, it's worse than being young. He's a Stark. Stark men are stupid. Stark men are noble to a fault. Stark men don't understand politics or how people think.
The only smart Stark is a Tony Stark.
I would also say the female Starks. They figure it out. Caitlyn, Sansa.
Yeah, it took Sansa until she got raped and fucking beat.
Yeah, but she was really young.
Let's be real.
She was really young.
Jon Snow in the books at that point is only like 14 or something, dude.
Yeah, but we're not dealing with the books. And Sansa was a little girl.
Technically, I mean,
Sansa was younger than Jon Snow, and she was not brought up into a life.
The story's the same person, the same story.
I hear what you're saying, but they're not the same people. One was brought up to be a warrior. The other one was brought up to be part of a noble court. So she had to go through all of that horrendous stuff to become a stronger Stark. Yeah. Caitlyn Stark, she was only Stark by name, okay, had her shit more together than Robb. Robb, Ned, and Snow get caught up in other people's shit. They always think people are true to their word. Okay, for some reason he thought McAllister was gonna be chill and okay. Okay, when he doesn't help Ollie realize what he's doing. Okay, and that's where it bites him in the ass. Now, I think along the lines of what you were saying, Bill. There's a brilliant sequence in during the battle where I feel that Jon Snow, and I think it's deliberate, Jon Snow has been reborn yet again.
Right. That's how I felt. That's how I felt too.
It looked like he was going to. It really looked like he was going to die, being crushed and trampled to death.
You're talking about that. I thought like during the fight, he just was like, you know what, I'm back and I'm.
No. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. I'm talking about the symbolic one.
When he was getting trampled, I thought, listen, here's what I thought was going to happen as it's happened. I'm going, oh shit, this is going on for a while. I'm like, I have a feeling he might die and literally be reborn as Azor Ahai right there, I thought. And I was like, even though you knew the Knights of the Vale were what was going to save them, I held out hope that he was going to be reborn.
Well, luckily, I have no idea what Azor Ahai is. Actually, Bill, it wasn't that moment where he was reborn. The moment that he was reborn was the brilliant shot of all the bodies around him, and he's pulling himself out of the center of the bodies. Like he was literally being rebirthed.
Right. Yeah.
That was his moment. That was his moment of, I think that was his flight or die. He could have decided to die and not do anything, and it looked like they were. I don't know if they were trying to do this, but it looked like to me that was the moment where he said, "No, I am going to live," and that's when he claws himself out and he gets himself out of that middle.
Right.
That was just awesome.
I have to ask you, how do you not know who Azor Ahai is? I mean, that is like one of the main. That's like a culmination of what this whole thing is supposed to be about.
I think it's mentioned more in the books than in the show, Bill.
No, they talk. Melisande talks about it constantly with what's his name. I think
I have no idea. I have no idea what she's talking about, or referring to when she's talking about the stuff.
The Lightbringer, the sword Lightbringer, and you're Azor Ahai, and you're going to be reborn.
I didn't even pick that up. That's the word that she used. That's cool.
Yeah, that's basically the last person who beat the the White King. What's his name?
The Night's King. Knights with an S.
King, right. The last person to stop them, the Whites and he was Azor. It was Azor Ahai, and that's the prophecy. Is the person who's going to stop them again is going to be Azor Ahai reborn. And
Azor Ahai, is that the Red God, or is that like a prophet of the Red God?
I don't know what it. There's a lot of story behind it, and I don't remember it all. So I'd be butchering it if I tried. But it's basically a guy who was tempering a sword, and it just would, every time he tried to cool it, it would shatter the sword. So the only way for him to actually get the blade tempered was to kill his wife with it, and her blood would temper the sword. And it was called Lightbringer, and it would glow or whatever. It would be.
Is that why she had? Is that why she was having Stannis?
Yes.
Burn his daughter and take the bastard and bleed the bastard with the leeches.
Yeah, it was all about having the kings. But yeah, I mean it's all interconnected, and then the flaming sword and all that bullshit. You know, but he's apparently the last millions of years, thousands of years before all this. You know, he saved the realm and blah blah blah, and he's coming back. And that's there's all kinds of things. Who Azor Ahai is going to be?
Yeah, dude, that's not in a TV show. She may have Miss Sandra may have mentioned that you were the Azor Ahai, but this whole concept that you're talking about, this messianic character. I don't remember seeing that in the movie.
Oh, in the TV show at all. I believe she just talked about it a few episodes ago that I thought that Stannis was him and
okay, but she talks about it as him, but not as the messianic figure that destroyed the Night's King back 1,000 years. Those words didn't come out.
I believe they mentioned that he was the reason they stopped.
Maybe that one time, and maybe I completely shut off my brain, but I don't remember seeing that much in-depth detail where I'm like, wow, what a great story, what a great. So which one of these? I don't remember ever looking for the character in Westeros who was going to be the second coming.
Oh, I mean that's kind of basic.
When she revives Jon Snow, that's when she says, all I heard her say was, I thought the true leader, the true whatever, was Stannis, but I was wrong. It must be you. That's the only thing I got from that conversation.
Right. Well, I mean, Azor Ahai, the whole Azor Ahai thing that's like basically one of the culminations of all this. You know, it's.
Okay, very cool.
Who is it going to be? Like that's the big question. Is it going to be anybody? Is it going to be?
But I haven't seen that in social media. I haven't seen that in social media and the theories. That's why I'm completely lost about it.
You got to check out Alt-Shift-X, man. Check out Alt-Shift-X on YouTube. Alan's on now.
It's a great, if you don't care about being spoiled a little bit from the books, if you ever plan to read the books, it's a great video series.
He's awesome, man. He's really good. I got put onto him by that kid I met through work I told you about who's putting together that Star Wars fan movie, you know? So
nice.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's so, you know, I had thought, man, maybe he'll come back. But again, I kind of knew the Veil was coming to save him.
It's too early. There are 2 seasons left. You don't.
Right.
That's a card you don't show yet.
I'm a little disappointed that Small John Umber ended up not. He really was.
Okay.
Died. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun, but I have to go. I've been doing this 7. All right, it's been fun. Thank you very much. You got me trapped. You trapped me with great Game of Thrones. Ugh, I can't wait till tomorrow, and then I'm gonna hate myself I'm gonna hate myself until winter. All right.
Winter is coming.
Winter is finally. Nah, I've only been following this for a year, so I can't complain.
Well, we'll have our next show in 2 weeks. Figure 2 Saturdays from now.
Okay.
We'll figure out the time and everything.
Jason, I think June 8th with Jason.
Yes, June 9th, and that's going to be the week before the Tri-State Viper Barbecue, where we won't necessarily have an official show since we'll have just recorded the week before, but maybe we'll have a little something.
There'll be something.
There might be a cameo by somebody who might be a little bit macho.
All right, fellas. Good night.
We'll see you later. So let's continue and finish off this episode synopsis. You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, Small John Umber, man, I'm a little disappointed that he ends up being officially with Ramsey. You know, there was that hope that he was going to betray him, you know?
Yeah, I think he wanted to be where the numbers were, and Ramsey had the numbers. And without the veil, I mean, Ramsey would have won. So,
yeah.
You know, I kind of, the thing that did bother me about the whole thing, and I understand that you know, Satsa didn't want to reveal this, but her not telling John about the veil, how many lives did that cost?
Exactly. She really could have saved him, man. And it's disappointing. I'm kind of pissed off at that moment, you know, and and she hinted at it too. I forget her exact words, but she's like, you know, don't do what he wants you to do. We need to wait. And I believe it was when everybody left, and she's like, you don't ask me. You know, we discussed that already, but
right. But you know, he kept telling her, "We go with the army we have. We can't wait anymore." Right. And she could have said to him, "No, I got people on the way."
Hey, heads up! I got people coming.
Yeah, and I don't know what that was about. I don't know because she didn't want him to know it was Littlefinger or what the reasoning was.
It goes back to the don't trust anybody. I believe Brienne had said that, or you know. So you know, I'm disappointed in that, but you know, whatever. The whole 1-1 situation, I'm disappointed. 1-1 died.
Yeah.
You know, that blow.
R.I.P. 1-1.
Yeah, last of his kind, apparently.
I'm still hoping that there's going to be a hidden giant somewhere named Tutu.
That would be his wife. Both pregnant, you know? 1-1, Tutu. But, you know, again, how about Rick and Shaggy Dog? Still disappointed that the head's so tiny. He was apparently the biggest of all of them. And well, tiny. And if you look at John's dire wolf, he's huge.
Exactly.
Know? But I mean, that's a little thing. I'm trying to just hit some points here. The battle itself was amazing cinematically.
Yeah.
You know,
it was probably the best medieval battle I've ever seen put to screen.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lord of the Rings, man, they've had some awesome fucking.
Lord of the Rings was awesome. I don't think Lord of the Rings was this good.
Really?
Cinematically, I don't know if it was this good as this battle.
Really?
This battle was nuts, and the angles, there were very unique camera angles here.
Yeah, very
with horses hitting people, and you see him in the middle of nowhere, just fighting from all different angles. You didn't see anything like that in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm going to contend that this is maybe the best medieval style battle put to screen. I don't know. That's my opinion, but maybe someone can correct me if there's another movie I'm thinking of.
I might have to throw in Excalibur there, man. I mean,
Excalibur is Excalibur. So
I mean, like that's to me, that felt very trudging and really what it's like in armor to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I'm joking. I'm joking in a way, but I know what you mean. Like super large scale battle like that,
right?
But yeah, I mean, that was awesome, and I like how they had the after show and they described like this. We wanted this to be like surviving this is luck, you know, like Jon Snow was lucky. He wasn't.
Oh yeah, he was completely lucky.
Right, not that he wasn't good, but lucky. Like the arrows coming down from all over. You know, indiscriminate, man. You know.
Yeah.
So that was cool. The Starks need a break, dude. The Starks need a fucking break. You know, like I really am disappointed. I am now disappointed that there's no legitimate male heir to Winterfell.
That's right.
And how are they going to resolve that? Because I'm sorry, I can't accept that. I am a Stark guy, and I will say I wanted to talk to you about this last week, but you hadn't seen the episode yet. The preview here. Okay, so Davos finds the pyre where he had given Stannis' daughter, I forget her name, the horse.
Shireen,
right.
I have to ask one question before you move on with that. One question.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but this is very contrived. How the hell did that horse survive the fire?
Right. Well, maybe she dropped it and it rolled out. You know what I mean? So that's hey, listen. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If I burnt you alive, you'd probably go and throw the fucking thing, right? So let's you got to give the benefit of the doubt. You'd be like throw the thing off to the side. So all right. So take it for what it is. But
all right.
So he found that at the where they had burnt her, and that leads into my theory from the trailer, which the preview, I should say, not trailer, where now that I think about it and I realized it, my brother actually brought it to me because I'm going, what the hell's the horse? And I'm trying to remember. And my brother mentioned it. He's like, yeah, that's when he burned Shireen. Whatever, I'm like, oh, how did I forget about that? That's the horse he gave her, So the preview, him and Melisandre are in the room, and John's in there, and Davos is like, tell him what you did to, and it sounds like he said him. Tell him what you did to him, but it could be her. So here's what I initially thought. I thought he'd said him, and I thought she may have resurrected Rickon. But when my brother brought that to my attention with the horse, the burn horse, and I was like, oh, I forgot it was when they were. I forgot they did that when they were, going against Ramsay.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's the audio's. It's not super clear. Certain words it's harder to hear, especially when they're clipping it, and so that could be her. He could be tell him what you did to her. And, he's going to find out. John's going to find out what Melisandre did. And that's, so we'll see. We'll see this week. But that was one of my theories. Like, shit, she brings back Rickon. And there's your heir. You know what I mean?
And the thing that I didn't really understand with the whole sequence, too, is that, again, obviously she did a bad thing, burning Shireen alive. But why is Jon Snow going to care?
Right. He don't know Shireen.
He doesn't know Shireen. He doesn't know.
Let's
knows what she does. He knows what this woman is.
Right. But let's be honest. It's what Pedro said. The Starks are an honorable type of person,
Yeah, true.
So maybe in those terms, that's where that'll land. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm looking forward, man. I'm so itching, and they show the phrase, so I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I just
want tomorrow, man.
I really can't wait. What else did I have here? Okay, now I got to go back one episode because I missed this. The Hound. I mean, like I said, the Hound, they really write the character of the Hound well. The part where he walked this is after he kills the guy, and he said, you're really bad at dying or whatever, and finally moves on, and he comes across the Brotherhood of the Brotherhood. What the hell are they called? The Brotherhood of.
The Brothers Not Banners.
Yeah, right. The Brotherhood. I believe they just go by the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
So and he walks up and he goes. They were talking. He goes, "We all bloody die," and he goes, "Except this one here." And he's talking about what's his name? That he brings back that. Beric Dondarrion, he's talking about Beric Dondarrion because what's his name keeps bringing him back to life.
Yeah,
I mean that was cool, man. It's just really good lines, really good scripting, and making that character. He's witty. He's a savage. He's witty. He's got a little bit of heart. So it's like he's really a complex character, and that's what I love about it. And they're really good at writing that. And then Jaime too. I mean, it's like when he's talking to Edmure, you really. they're really hitting everything with Jamie. Like they're really bringing that history out and his mindset and where he's at, and like they really delve into it well. I mean, that whole, he's thought of this way and he doesn't want to be, but he'll do this if he has to. So they really hit the mark, man, with these characters. I mean,
They do.
if I say I mean one more time, I'm going to throw myself out the window. But so
Yeah, that's and then it's hard to believe it, but yeah, when this is done, it's like that's it for another year.
yeah, I mean, I love it. I got to be honest. I hope they don't split the last 13 episodes into 2 seasons.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. I think they're supposed to both be abbreviated, which is a shame, but I think that's the case.
It's just so stupid. Just please give it to us, man. Why do I have to wait? It's only 3 more episodes than normal.
Yeah.
Why do I have to wait? I'm already waiting for the goddamn books. Get your shit together, George R.R. Martin.
Well, I can wait for the books because I'm still in the middle of reading them. I'm kind of past the halfway mark in book 1.
Okay, good.
Like I said, I haven't been as fast as I could be because I've just been so busy, and sometimes when I go to bed, I'm so wiped out. But I've been trying to read every night before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm where am I at? I think I'm right at the point where Bronn has decided to fight for Tyrion at the Eyrie. So that's where I'm at right now.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, this. I said it again. I'm out the window. They said George R.R. Martin said that the next book should be out by the end of this year. He thinks.
End of this year.
From what I understand, I think he's in the last chapter right now.
But here's the thing, and I'll tell you this because I'm in publishing. If it's coming out by the end of this year, that means it should already be solicited up for pre-orders.
Really?
Yeah. You're not just going to say it's in stores by the end of this year.
So maybe it's bullshit, and maybe it'll be done by this year. I don't know. I read something recently.
Yeah, he's probably going to be maybe done by this year, and then so maybe if we're going by seasons, maybe it's a book that'll be out by spring 17.
I mean, I could live with that.
Yeah.
At this point, I could live with that. So.
But yeah.
It is what it is. We just gotta wait.
I have plenty to read until then.
That's for sure. Anything else you got? Anything else you want to talk about the episodes or?
No, I think that's it. I'm tired. Long day. I'm glad I was able to get on though.
Yeah, I'm glad, man. When I saw you shot us the message, I was a little surprised.
I returned much earlier than I thought. I thought the wedding was going to last a lot longer. It ended around 4. I then had to get a ride back, and then I had to just get settled in. So yeah, it worked out. I'm sorry that I missed most of the JoeCon discussion.
Yeah, that sucked.
But I'm glad that Celentano was here for that.
It was just me. It was just me ripping Hasbro and the toys. Pedro being the yin to my yang, and.
Well, Bill, you got to come next year.
Yeah, we were talking about that. It's driving distance.
It's driving distance. We could eat our way through Epcot.
There you go. I'm picky, so I don't know if I'm doing it.
Well, we'll bring you to certain countries only.
There you go. If they got French fries, bacon, and cheeseburgers, golden. So, all right, man, we'll wrap this up. Thank you all for checking us out. Again, check out bigboycollectibles.com for all your G.I. Joe needs. Jose is the man. He's constantly rotating new product in. So be sure to check him out. bigboycollectibles.com. Check him out on Facebook, Big Boy Collectibles. You can check us out on Facebook, The Plastic Empire. You can check us out on what is it? Instagram, we are The Plastic Empire, all one word. Twitter, we are _Plastic Empire _. Our email is tpe@theplasticempire.com. You can hit us up on Skype, tpe@theplasticempire.com. We have a chat that we have live during the show, so you could get included in that, and you could talk live on the chat, and we interact with us a little bit on Skype through that. Also, check out our website, theplasticempire.com. Alan, anything for you?
I think that's pretty much it. Thanks everybody for listening. And yeah, we'll expect to be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Next show, I believe the 8th. That's going to be 2 days before the
I
animal.
think it's the 9th, actually. I think it's the 9th. It's whatever that Saturday is.
Is it the 9th? Okay.
It's either the 8th or the 9th, whatever that Saturday is, yeah.
So, yeah, so we'll be back, and we'll be talking Animal Warriors of the Kingdom with Jason Bienvenu. He's going to come on. That's 2 days before Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Kickstarter ends. So we'll try to help him get a little boost there and get a couple more pledges. And he had awesome conversation last time. So hopefully we'll get even more detail this time. So look out for that a couple weeks from now. All right.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.